Public Radio. We are here today on this lovely Sunday to play Delta Green. This is a scenario I've written for Delta. Well, drafted the scenario first time. We'll see how it goes. So this is, I am a podcaster. This is for Role Playing Public Radio. These are patrons of my Patreon, patreon.com/RPPR. So you too can play in games like this at patreon.com/RPPR. And you also get a lot of cool stuff like scenarios, a new game that I've written called Labyrinth Signal, tons of podcasts, bonus podcasts, full scenarios, artwork. I've been doing Patreon for literally 10 years now. So there's a huge amount of stuff you can get if you sign up today, and tons of Delta Green content. But we are playing a new scenario. So this scenario is called the Riley Commission. And we have a full squad, a full team of agents. So before we go to the mission briefing, let us introduce our characters. I'll start on the left side of the screen with Agent Bo. So please, Agent Bo, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, Bo is a family man. He's working out of the Rand Corporation. He's mostly just been getting fed data, and he's a part of the email chain of Delta Green of the, hey, I need this thing solved, and then he's one of the ones that normally get there and fix it. He's got a little bit of a cult, did a lot of factory work with it. He's got a bit more heavy machinery than I imagined.
Okay. Well, we'll see if that comes in handy, this scenario. Yeah. So maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll find out. So cool. Moving on, we have a veteran agent here played by Scribbly Kids. Please tell us about Dr. Royalty.
Dr. Royalty is a physician of multiple degrees. He is a good psychotherapist, a surgeon, and biologist. And Delta Green basically has him by his, throat and student debt. So he's gotten involved in the program.
Yeah, it's a public service.
Multiple cases now.
Loan forgiveness program, yeah.
Generally survived through it all unscathed, largely. So they seem to be pleased with his progress and are throwing him into the grinder once again. Mm-hmm. He's just trying to live his life and not touch the weird stuff too badly, because he's seen how that goes for some other people.
Just one more mission, bro. Just one more mission, I swear.
Yeah, I think it's his first mission. Everyone basically went insane except for him. So,
well, we'll see how this new mission goes. And then in the our next agent, played by Copper, please tell us about Heath Masuda.
Heath Masuda is a volunteer firefighter in he was Aberdeen, Ohio. He collects disability because he was exposed to burn pits during his time in the U.S. military in Afghanistan. Somewhere along the way over there, he connected with Delta Green and maybe saw a little piece of the thing, which adapted him to helplessness. So he has a little bit of a quiet life, and I'm sure Delta Green's going to do their best to change that.
All right. Very good. So we'll see how he does in his first real field mission, I suppose. Then next up, we have Deputy Marshal Stephen Hopper. Please tell us about your
So Stephen Hopper started as a detective. He got into the program when he ran into some ghouls. It was an investigation brought him to contact with some ghouls in Portland. Lost his father as a bond. Basically, that's the background for Hard Experience. Then he survived somewhere else in Oregon. I don't remember the exact place, but he survived an insane asylum with some undead and some undying. And then he survived the last encounter we had, which was not very action oriented. Yeah, the blood party the blood party killers. Both of those scenarios was really cool.
Cool.
What's very surprising is out of all of that, he's only down one sand point from his original character creation. So I'm hoping that he can make it again. But yeah, he's an all-rounder. He's basically what he excels at. He has basically he's got a high alertness and a high human is what you would expect from someone basically with PTSD. He's always scanning. He's always reading people. Everything else he's decent at.
Right. So we'll see if his skills will save him once more as he goes into the breach. And then finally, we have Trushi88. Please tell us about Agent Marker.
He's also a veteran of the Bloody Killers mission. He remembers it. He's the NSA guy that is supposed to get in, plant the surveillance devices, get out without being seen.
All right, very good. So yeah, we have some veteran agents on this mission.
He
Yeah,
overused alcohol after the last mission.
Obviously, feel free to
alcohol.
feel free to advance your character stuff. We're not going to do home life vignette scenes. You can, I trust you to role play on those on your own. Choose what you want and make your honest stand roll. So go to therapy, tell them the truth, and or whatever. But because we have a mission now, so you're all invited to a Copper. You're New. What's not New York City? What's a shitty town outside of New York City that everyone's like, oh god, that place.
I would say Troy, New York.
Troy, New York. All right.
It's like a couple hours north, but it's pretty shit.
Great. Yeah. So you were all told to meet at the Sleep Easy Inn. They have a conference room there that will serve your purposes. Actually, no, it's an abandoned strip mall that they bought. And so no one's in there.
Agents have been forbidden from visiting the Sleep Easy Inn at Troy for some reason.
Yeah, there's an ongoing investigation about the Sleep Easy Inn company, corporation. You're warned not to ever sleep at a Sleep Easy Inn for some weird reason.
The yellow paint was signaling something beyond.
I kind of want to make it be. It was like every time I send agents to go to the Sleep Easy Inn to investigate, they disappear. Well, it sounds like you're just feeding agents to the Sleep Easy Inn, and that's when the Delta Green A-cell started crying. Yeah. So yeah, you're at an abandoned strip mall in Troy, New York, and as we begin, all of you have been, just told This is a priority mission, but it's not. You didn't have to rush there. You had a full 2 days of travel to get here, so which is more cushion than you usually get. And that's why, of course, there are 5 of you, so they need to give you more time for all of you to show up. Each of you, you were let in by. Actually, the door just buzzes you in. They have a security camera, and they've recently upgraded the security of this little strip mall. And you are let in through the back, you come to the back office, which is windowless room. And there's a couple folding tables pushed together, and some folding chairs. And there is a man in his late 60s. None of you have met them. He is wearing a suit that looks like he slept in, and he is there's a thing of instant coffee and a little on a table nearby with some like granola bars and protein bars and bottled water, and there's a box of pizza sitting on the counter. Looks like it's been there overnight, and he sort of like looks at each of you, and once you're all in there, he's like, greetings, agent. I am handler Chambers. So you he takes out a bag and hands each of you a cell phone, and these are all phones. They are all programmed in for the Modular Synergy company, which is a shell company we use. So each of you, here's marketing, here's IT, here's finance. That's how you'll all be programmed in to each other. So use these phones. If you have your own phones, I'd recommend leaving them at the hotel or turning them off and putting them in a Faraday bag. But that is your discretion. So this is Operation Let's see here. Give me two. Let's see here. Give me the name of. Oh wait. Let's see here. We will do Operation Purple Gilsonite. Gilsonite is a real mineral. I will put this in the Operation Purple Gilsonite. If you want to look up something interesting, look up Gilsonite mines in Utah. They're these narrow trenches that go very deep, and I just saw a YouTube video about it. So, anyways,
so will we be operating as G cell?
Yes, you will be operating as G cell for this mission.
Okay.
So this mission is primarily focused on a recently flagged a person coming in to research flagged terms at Miskatonic University, which is a sort of a university has a special collections room of books that we monitor for reasons relevant to our interests. And we have caught many an intruder over the years through attempting to access these tomes. And this newest researcher that you were to investigate is Stephen Bradford. And Stephen Bradford went to Miskatonic and asked for tomes that for books, grimoires really, that Stephen's background is he has a undergraduate degree in media production, and according to social media profiles is he's 24 and is looking to get into the world of documentary filmmaking. He has no background in medieval history, ancient history, or foreign languages that would ask him to request books such as Liber Ivanus and the Necronomicon, which, of course, are prescribed books. How we even found out about these books is, according to our contact at Miskatonic University, Stephen found a book kept by his grandfather, Albert Bradford, and the Albert Bradford we looked up. He was a member of the Riley Commission, which is in the early 1980s, the New York State Health Department formed the Riley Commission to investigate people who had developed skin cancer and skin diseases from wearing gold jewelry. And it turns out people taken gold brachytherapy seeds, these are tiny little gold pellets, really, that were placed in people in an early form of chemotherapy. This obviously contaminated, this gold was contaminated with radon-222, but then it was smelted down to make jewelry, and then people wore it for long periods of time. They developed skin cancer. This is public knowledge, but we do not know about any connection between the Riley Commission and, of course, Albert died in 1982, a hit-and-run car accident. And so his grandson found these books, and these books apparently reference the Necronomicon, which is obviously a red flag for us. And so we need you to get those books and assess its content for potential vectors. And here's your information that we have on Stephen. He lives nearby, or he's rented he lives here nearby, and he goes into New York City to do research about the Riley Commission. Apparently, it seems to be the focus. So that's all we know right now. I can make any clarifications if you want, but I'll just go to each player and ask. Agent Gregory, do you have any questions?
Not at the moment. He's just taking notes and making sure that he can start looking stuff up.
Okay. Dr. Royalty, any questions?
Point of order: did Albert Bradford die recently or a while ago?
1982. Hit and run incident.
I guess the initial missing brief was a bit different then. Yes. No,
So that's that. I just pulled that from public records. I do not have any. If you want to actually access to see if Albert Bradford was previously investigated by our organization, that will be something you'll have to do on your own. I just had enough time to assemble this task force. Apparently, this is any access to the Miskatonic University Special Collections Room is viewed as a high priority target. So that's why all of you are here. And Agent Masuda, do you have any questions?
Yeah, curious if so. Did Stephen take anything from Miskatonic? Did he check anything out he shouldn't?
He was, in order to, the special collections rooms is such that you have to present academic credentials and a written reason to access certain tomes, certain books, because they are very old and very fragile. Stephen has made the request, but and we have copies of the request, and they are very vague. And so our contact, who is not in charge of making these decisions, but is confident he will be denied access because he has not simply explained why he needs these books. He thinks that the people in charge of the special collections will ask for a meeting for him to clarify his request. We'll see. You could possibly wait. That meeting should happen. That request should happen soon for a meeting. So you can certainly. We have not hacked his emails yet, so we only have our contact at the special collections. I will be in charge of the contact. If the contact presses on any information, I will let you know.
As a clarifying question,
mm-hmm.
Has the books been transferred yet?
No.
Okay.
They cannot be transferred. They have to stay there. Basically, you have to make a request to be allowed access to it, and then they take you to a special reading room. You're given
you don't
gloves.
bring them with you.
Yeah, they never leave the university library, and you're only like these. Many of these books are so old and fragile that they have to be kept under special conditions.
Okay, so it's not like we need to go and pick up the books. It's figure out why he's asking about
They're
it. Okay.
In a sense left allowed in the special collections as a sort of honeypot for.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so now, sorry. I was gonna say, so our essential goal here is one, figure out why he's after these books, and then two, go to his house and get his dad's books, get granddad's books, and get rid of them.
You're not necessarily to get rid of them. If they disappear, Stephen he does have somewhat of a social media following. If he loses his books, he could make a stink about it. You're to find out why he wants these books. So get the diary and assess its contents. So if he may have digitized it for all we know, scanned it, and if you can get a digital copy of it, that would be fine. We just need to know why his grandfather was writing
about these books.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question, and I apologize for being grim and saying what all of us are probably thinking, but is there any reason Stephen needs to show up at Miskatonic University or show up to work in the future? Or
I did not expect that from you, Agent Masuda. This is we do not take direct action unless you absolutely have to. There's always a risk of exposing the organization to unnecessary. There's always a risk in doing that sort of thing. And we don't know. It may be more useful to mislead Stephen or simply act on whatever information he has.
Right.
So do not, until you have determined that there is a vector that is a threat, do not take direct action.
Got it. See if there's a vector. If so, suppress it in a way that maintains their cover. And
Yeah.
doesn't.
Now, if Steven
waste.
is compromised and and if he is a vector, then obviously, but we do not have information yet. And I prefer we'd actually act. We would find out what's going on first before acting.
Got it.
Agent.
That's all from me.
Agent Hopper.
Yeah, so a lot of my questions were answered by Masuda's questions, but I do have a follow-up question. The credentials that were proposed, or that were shown, were they from a specific organization? Where it was him as a private guy?
He was
associated?
Here, I'll give you that. You're referring to Steven's request to access the books.
Yes.
Yeah, here, I'll just give you a copy of his request. He states he is an independent researcher working on a documentary based on his grandfather's diary. And his grandfather mentioned these books, and he wants to understand why. He did not say much beyond that. So he does not have any academic backing. He does not have any institutional backing. He's an independent researcher. And the university's policies do allow independent researchers who have a valid reason to access these tomes and have the valid qualifications to handle them to allude that they're university, free information and academic free discourse and all that. So, yeah.
Can we influence the dates of the proposed meeting?
We don't know if there is a meeting yet. You would have to have.
Could we make one happen? Oh, could we make one happen from the Miskatonic side? Or could they make one
our
happen?
contact does not have that clearance, but our contact believes our contact understands who's in charge and understands their mode of thinking very well. So he thinks they're going to read this request. They're going to read this request and ask for a meeting. So that'll probably, yeah. So this is all information based on our contact.
And the next thing, this is probably for Agent Mark or our NSA guy. Mm-hmm. He has a social media presence. He has an email. Can we get those?
That's your job.
No. Can we get his email address if you have it?
Oh, yes.
And whatever social Facebook profiles or whatever.
Yes. I have some printouts of that information, so you can get started. But we do have a computer expert here, so Agent Gregory. Finally, Agent Marker, do you have any questions?
I mean, I would like to start with rolling Human when he says that Albert was killed in hit and run. Like, does he have this inkling? Like, it's not.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, make a roll.
52 out of 40. I failed.
Okay, yeah. You can't read him. He's got a good poker face, but you can't rule it out, obviously. So what you would need to do is you could make bureaucracy checks to look up old Delta Green information. You're in the program, you have access to it. You can that'll take some time, but you can make bureaucracy checks to see if there's anything. You have a time period, you have a body, you have a time of death. There are probably case files you could dig up.
Could also look for connections to the actual Riley commissions if Delta Green had a side to that.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of avenues. So so all of you get your mission.
One last question.
Sure.
Sorry. Are we acting in any sort of official capacity? Will we be given badges?
No.
Okay.
Well, modular synergy, right?
Yeah, modular synergy. That these are just for your phones. You can use the shell company is just that. It's just no one will be able to trace the phones back to you or to us. And you can use this. I've set this place up to be your office. I will be leaving there. I am the intern on. I am modular synergy intern on your phone contacts. So text to me if you need anything from me. But and there is a landline in this office that is secure. So But try, and you can leave. This place is secure. Here's a little packet of information about the security system and how it works. Here are some security cameras around here, so use this as your base of operations for now. It is paid up for the next 6 months, and there's not much business around here. People aren't going to pay attention to you, so just stay in the back. Don't linger around in the front. Always park in the back, and you should be fine. But I'm going to leave, and just contact me as the intern. But good luck. Take as long as you need to. But I will make check-ins every 24 hours. Yeah, just find out what's good, why. Good luck. So he leaves. And you have a lot of things to research, a lot of avenues. So again, I'll just go left to right, and you can all sort of dictate what you want to do first. And so Agent Gregory, you have so many computers to touch.
I have an 80 in computer touching. I am very ready. So first things first, we need to figure out when that meeting is. If we have to delay it, if we need to intercept it, whatever we need to do to make sure that doesn't actually happen. Yeah. I need to know the timetable for that. So
sure.
Couldn't we fake an email meeting?
Yeah, you can.
And just be the ones who are there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoofing it would be straightforward, but if I had access to their system, I can figure out like the templates that they use.
Well, you can also. Well, you don't have access to Steven's email yet, so maybe you want to start there. Yeah, I
was thinking there or the Miskatonic's email system, so that way if I need to spoof anything, it's.
I will say the Miskatonic University systems are going to be considerably more hardened because they are part of the Delta Green. Literally, they said it's an asset of Delta Green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the honeypot. So maybe hacking your own servers may not be a great idea.
Okay, I'll let someone else do that then. I'll hack hacker.
Maybe it's the best idea. Who knows?
That would be a bureaucracy. That's another person. I don't do papers.
By the way, this is actually a real thing. Let me pull up. So
the Riley Commission?
Well, not the Riley Commission itself, but there was an investigation. So the New York Department of Health did issue these posters. Could your gold jewelry be radioactive? People really did take radioactive gold, smelt it down into regular jewelry. And this was back in the 30s and 40s. They didn't realize this until the 80s. And so
that's awesome.
127 individuals, 9 had developed skin cancer, and 41 others had developed some kind of skin disease from this. So they've out of 160,000 pieces, 177 were found to be radioactive. So I'll put the link in the notes or here on the game chat. And I
heard of urban explorers who found X-ray core in abandoned hospital and took it home.
Yeah. So this is a real thing. The Riley Commission, they didn't have a name for the investigation as far as it could. So I just there's someone in this story called Riley, so it's like, it's the Riley Commission. But anyway, it's a thing that exists. Agent Greg, what do you want? What computer do you want to touch first?
That will be the grandsons, Stephen Bradford.
Yep. All right. Give me a computer science check.
I have an 80, and I got a 26.
All right. Nice. You get into his email, and there is a reply from Miskatonic right in his inbox saying, we would like to, if you can give us a time next week here, our open office hours, Dr. Let's see here. Let me get some names. Dr. Tompkins would like to discuss with you more. We cannot. Basically, the thing is, we cannot grant you or not grant you. You've not given us information. If you could, we'd like to talk about this in person. If you could bring your grandfather's diary to a meeting sometime next week. Here, Dr. Tompkins' hours. We'd be happy to go over this with you in detail. We would also like you to at least take a, there are also fees involved because you are not qualified to handle these tomes. But we would have to have an expert there to handle the tome for you. But we're committed to making these books available to scholars for research and purposes. And it sounds but we just need more information. So Stephen has not replied. He got this a couple hours ago. Looking at his inbox. He is Steven's actually doing some other research too. He is asking there are let's see here.
Has he sent out emails to other locations?
He's a busy bee. He's sending out a lot of information. He's doing a lot of stuff. Some of it looks like regular home life stuff. His car is having problems, or he just got it back from the shop, and you're late on this bill, and he's messaging people on a dating app. But he is
Is it money issues or like just bad luck?
No, not money. I mean, more like I forgot to pay a bill. Like he seems to be relatively affluent. Yeah. Or just burning up credit card debt. Who's to say? But
is this sorry. Is this a Gmail?
Yeah, sure.
Does he have anything on the Google Drive?
Yeah, he does have Google Drives. He is you find out he is going to he's made some inquiries of people on this. There's actually enough information here. This requires another search check, but he is doing research on the Cassiopeia artist colony in Cragsmore, New York, and he is asking about certain people and their status. So like apparently he's like, these are people that are referenced in the diaries. He's asking emailing relatives of these people, and there are 5 names in particular: Clarence Castro, Morgan Cochran, Samantha Bauer, Joyce Waters, and Amber Cannon. And I will put that in the thing. Let's see here, I'll put this in the little public chat too, so you can all see that. So yeah, he's in the Cassiopeia. I think that's how you spell it. Artist colony. So yeah, there's 5 names that you could the names of people he's looking up, and this artist colony. Those are 2 new topics that you have found through the email. But to find out what he's doing and who these people are, that would be separate checks. So Dr. Royalty, Agent Gregory hacked into the email and found the information pretty quickly about the meeting. That
it
Steven
is printed off and pasted onto the walls.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a cheap little black and white laser printer. You have basic office supplies here. So
and a corkboard.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh yeah, of course. You have so much red string.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's already starting up.
Mm-hmm. So Dr. Royalty, what do you want to look up?
Well, I'm a doctor, so I can look into the medical records and off this Riley Commission, or try to discover the Delta Green side of it through bureaucracy.
Okay, yeah. Give me a bureaucracy check. Yeah. This is bureaucracy at this point. This is going through the labyrinth amount of
29 under 50.
Okay. So that'll take you some time. But you do find not a lot of Delta Green documents are available on the internet, weirdly enough, even on your private secure network. But what they do tell you, you do get a lead. There is this was during the years that are very sketchy for Delta Green, but they even had some records there. Cell P was active in New York in the early 80s in this time period, and their documents are at a green box, also in Troy, in a warehouse on the other side of town. So with your lead, you can go there and spend the rest of the day digging through old boxes in a very dusty warehouse.
And trying to avoid the most ominous ones. Don't seem relevant.
Yeah. So that if you want to get information about Delta Green in the early 80s, that would be paper archives. You cannot. But they're fortunately with it on the other side of town. So
Good news in medicine. There's a lot of paper archives still, so
mhm.
I know my way around.
All right. So are you going to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see why we shouldn't investigate this side of it.
Okay. All right. So you go there.
Wait, can I go with him? I don't think anybody should be going by himself, and I've got a
Okay.
good search skill.
Sure.
I mean, I was also planning to check this avenue, so.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, the
Right.
more of you, the faster you can get through this. All right. So the three of you head off to the warehouse. And Agent Masuda, what do you want to be doing?
So, unfortunately, Agent Masuda's main skill is having a really thick forehead. So,
right.
It's useful.
it is useful. He's very good at flinging
You
himself through
could
doors like a
and
torpedo.
join in on Team Greenbox. So
No, I have another idea. So
Alright.
because we're organizing a setup of where we could meet this guy, where this guy's going to meet the folks from Miskatonic to talk through.
That'd be at Miskatonic University.
Yeah, Miskatonic University.
Yeah,
I would
in
like to see
Massachusetts.
if I could figure out sort of like an extraction plan or like a loose plan for like just like go over the geography
sure.
and land. Yeah, of
Okay,
Troy. I'm
sure.
using
What do you want to roll for
military-sized
that?
land.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay.
If things go kinetic, it's good to know the lay of the land. So,
So that is a miss. That's a 47 over 40.
I mean, you get the maps of the downtown Arkham area. It's a portside town. I believe it's on the port. I believe it's right on the canonically. But
Is
yeah,
Arkham on the Hudson?
Yeah. Where is Arkham actually on the seashore? So
the reason I ask is Troy is like a dilapidated post-industrial town that's right on the
well,
Hudson.
I mean, Arkham is in Massachusetts. This is
okay. What the fuck am I saying then?
No, it is on a river. It's not right on the seashore, but yeah, it's a nice sized town. It's a college town.
Okay.
You've heard of it before. You've probably been there. It's like Providence, that kind of place. But it's in Massachusetts.
Right.
So mid-sized town with a nice university. Their library is actually world renowned.
Right.
And it's one of the oldest libraries in North America, and the special collection is actually pretty well known, not just for weird occult books, but just old books in general. And they have a very good library science program, especially dealing with old books. But you look at the maps and if things go hot, good escape routes. It's not a critical failure. So yeah. So you're pulling that up, but you don't get like any super insights about like, oh, here's a weird trick to kidnap a dude or ace a dude.
Yes.
At a university library without getting
the last
caught.
Starbucks with a back door.
Yeah, exactly. So Agent Gregory, you're still looking at the emails and hacking things. What's the next computer you want to touch while everyone else is at the warehouse and Masuda's looking at maps?
I am not sure because I'm like.
Well,
actually,
there's two topics you can research too. There's
Okay.
the 5 names and there's the artist colony.
Yeah, I'll go with the names. Those are more
Okay.
confusing to me.
All right. Give me what do you want to roll for that? Bureaucracy would be the most.
Unfortunately, I have a 10 bureaucracy.
You can use
that
computer
thing.
science too. If you tell me
Yeah.
like what aspect of these people you want to look at. The
we'll
most
go-
obvious thing would be like their health records. Like, are they still alive? This is a diary written in the early 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just going like Facebook's, Twitters and everything. We're just
Okay.
going to go social media.
All right, give me a computer science check. Yeah.
91 out of 80.
Okay. You don't think they're on social media?
Dang.
None of these. You actually you do find references to them as artists that were active in the 60s and 70s.
Okay.
So that's what it's a fail. So yeah, you waste a lot of time. Yeah. But
drawing relationship maps and just going, no, it's not. This isn't going to work. Yeah.
But yeah, references to them as artists, like people as obscure underground artists. So meanwhile, warehouse team. It is a dusty warehouse. It is, again, paid for by the program. It is Florida ceiling documents, boxes of documents. Basically, this is just a dumping ground for documents that might be relevant at some time. You can tell no one's really spent a lot of time organizing this or collating the contents to figure out what the fuck is in here. There are documents that are labeled from the military, from the FBI, from foreign governments. There's a whole bunch of stuff labeled Pisces. That's like from the England. That's weird. Yeah, just a lot of weird stuff. So, but you can spend the afternoon combing through these, looking for information. If all of you make a skill check of some kind, bureaucracy or search would be the most relevant.
I'd like to make a search roll.
All right, go ahead, everyone, make a roll.
Critical success.
All right,
Nice.
so Dr. Orology, what'd you roll?
73 over 50, so fail.
Okay, but a regular fail. Stephen Hopper, what'd you get? What'd you roll?
I think I rolled incorrectly. Let me see if I could do it again.
Okay.
1d100. Oh boy. Team Warehouse is
Oh no.
Of course I failed.
It's a regular failure. You get something. An Agent Merker.
I actually rolled a critical success, 77 of under 80.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Never mind.
Well, yeah. So, Agent Marker, what are you most interested in figuring out?
Was the hit and run organized by Delta Green because the guy know too much? I mean, he was looking for Necronomicon in his diary. So.
Yeah, actually, you find you do find some between all of you. You do find this Albert Bradford a bill, his mortgage, lists his home address, and then you find a car rental statement, and you find a handwritten note on the car rental statement with Bradford's home address, and walks his dog every night from 7:45 to 8:15, and crosses at this intersection. And so with that, with your critical success, you get a sense that they staged a hit and run accident to kill him.
I hope the dog was okay.
That is foreboding. That is okay. Somebody decided this guy had to die.
Yeah. And with your critical success, this is cowboy years. This is something that should have been burned. This is probably all that's left. The person who wrote it is probably dead. You're certainly not going to know who Agent Cell P is, because you got a critical success, but you don't. You're the only one who succeeded. But it's very ominous, right? And you can't find any corresponding records of a burglary or invasion or anything like that along that time. So either they probably killed him, and
it got too hot to break.
Well,
into his house.
to get his diaries, or maybe they didn't even know he had a diary, and. You got a critical success. You have a good feeling that Delta Green did kill Albert, the grandfather, but you don't know exactly why. So that takes the day, though. That's for all three of you looking through this warehouse and find this one document. So you do get that. And let's see here.
We do some light organizing on the side.
Yeah. You'll have to feel like you have to shower that. You're just have this thin layer of dust on you for moving all these
I'm
boxes.
glad I brought my face mask. So.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. Anyone who didn't bring a face mask is just sneezing and your eyes are watery and it's just yeah. So that's how day one goes. Are you all eating together or eating separately?
We're probably going to have a evening powwow just to discuss the findings so far.
Yeah, we can grab some food on the way back.
All right, yeah.
Upstate New York has really good wings. Buffalo wings originate from Buffalo, New York. So
Well, there you go. Yeah.
that's my recommendation.
You're eating wings in the back office of a strip mall, empty store, and
Living the
Don't get any
dream.
fucking sauce on those old ass papers.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're so glad there's a working bathroom here. Yeah. Well, go ahead and talk.
Well,
So this was a hit and run.
apparently, would never have found it if Agent Mark hadn't been very spot on looking
Damn.
through all of the bills.
I mean, how much does it matter? We're just trying to figure out where the information is, where the thing is. So,
Well, usually before you touch the weird stuff, it's good to have some idea of what the weird stuff is and how serious it is.
okay.
I mean, also
yeah.
presumably the P-cell guys, those guys sound a lot like us. If their conclusion here was they needed to hit this guy with a car.
We shouldn't leap to conclusions, but this is an indicative element that they took this very, very seriously. Enough so to murder someone, which isn't the thing we should immediately leap to.
But they didn't follow up and take the rest of his books or clear out his house or kind of cut the whole thing cold at the start, right? Or
Maybe they
his
cut the
his
key
grandson
now.
wouldn't be doing it.
Maybe
What's
they
that?
had to kill him soon.
You could ask the handler for more clarification. Now that you found.
I mean,
this
he
one
was
thing.
he was a member of a New York State commission. He might have been too high profile. Masuda sort of narratively appropriately snaps a wing bone.
I mean, certainly having him killed in a hit and run accident is way less heat than like having him gunned down at home by a burglar.
And going through all his shit,
Yeah, or having him disappear. Yeah.
Heading him hit and run and then break into his house, like that would be.
I mean,
Look,
yeah,
buildings burned down.
Yep. Well, you can ask the handler to see if your handler can rustle up anything further up the chain of Delta Green to get more information about what happened in 1981 or 1982. So
Maybe he can find anyone alive from that group because
Sure.
maybe they still want to clean the house and we're gonna mess there.
Well, we could try to look up the official records.
you get the
if there's
official
any
records.
clue-
It was concluded as a hit and run accident. You know.
No, I mean the Riley Commission papers. If there's
Sure,
anything
yeah.
in those regarding the psychotic episode and mental breakdowns. Of course, anything really obvious would have been hidden by the team doing the cleanup if they had that sort of access.
If they had that sort of access, yeah, you can give me a medicine check there, Dr. Royalty. That stuff is publicly available. It was a well-documented case. They put up those fucking posters. Yeah.
That is a 29 under 60.
Okay. So it doesn't take you very long. There's skin cancer, skin disease, things like that. There's absolutely no mention, only a handful of mentions of psychosis or dementia, or anything like that. And that's all connected to like later progression of having skin cancer, the stress of it. So
no real leads in terms of victims or people affected.
You succeed, so you get the idea. Those names that were mentioned in the emails that Stephen was researching, those names are in the list of people who were checked out by the Riley Commission and were cleared. They did not have skin cancer or skin disease.
Oh.
So they must have had the other thing.
So you don't know what happened to those people. You don't know much about them other than they were definitely investigated for having to see if they were investigated.
They had contact with or were presumed to have contact with the materials.
So the next day you could look through the records and of the Riley Commissions and dig up the details of those cases.
I'll look on those people later. What happened to them on health records?
Yeah,
another red string is added to the corkboard.
Are there any insane conspiracy theories about the Riley Commission? We're definitely in a time where conspiracy theories are, not as
The answer is yes,
elevated.
but which is relevant?
Check the Reddit.
Yeah,
go to the Reddit.
I mean, you could just look this up. Like, there's not much about it. It was a pretty obscure incident, because again, they it was only for like 1 or 2 years that they put up these posters. They found the people that had the radioactive jewelry, and there wasn't that many pieces out there floating around, and then they shut it down. So it's not a hot topic.
Right, the
so
internet people are debating whether it's lizard people or demons. They don't really care about the substance of the issue itself.
yeah, it's like I said, it's not touching on anything that people give a shit about right now. At least, again, there's way more sexy quote unquote topics. So we'll say you all get some sleep at various motels around town. The next day, bright and early, you're back in this windowless room to get digging into documents again. The fun part of being a Delta Green agent. So we'll start back with Agent Gregory. You check the email while you were sleeping. Stephen got up and got a reply back. The meeting is going to be in 4 days.
4 days.
University. At the end, I'll say this is Tuesday. It's going to be Friday. So he's going to, yeah.
I've got a 40% of microelectronic. I'm just going to rig up a little compute, like a little
alarm,
a little countdown clock, just on the wall.
Yeah.
Can you check the location from where he sent it?
So he is, like I said, Stephen himself is just outside of New York City at a cheaper place, and he drives into town every day to do research. It seems like. He will hop a train to go to Arkham.
I do know what I'd like to go. Social media. I'm going to be aiming for the film side of it because he's a film student acting on these supposed books.
Well, he's a film graduate. But trying to make his career, trying to do something to get him started. Has he been like talking about, even between his friends and everything, like a Discord or something, to be like, well, you only hack his email. If you want to hack his phone, you can. That's another computer science job.
Then yes, I'll absolutely do that. Let's see if he's got some nice pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he uses the same password everywhere.
Yeah.
No, he's at least smart enough to do that. But again,
13 out of 80.
You work for the Rand Corporation. You have the might of the military-industrial complex. Panopticon working for you. Yay! You hack his phone. He's talking to his friends. He's booked an Airbnb for Arkham the night before, so he's planning to go to Arkham Thursday. So it'll be,
so if we want to get him, we should go there and like set up that Airbnb to like just put the spies in there.
He mentions that he's going to be. He's actually asking a friend to come to his place to finish scanning the diaries Thursday. And when you're done, just lock up and leave the key under in the usual place.
I mean, if you guys want, I can try to break into the Airbnb and plant the surveillance devices to look on this and do.
I mean, the address of the Airbnb he's going to be staying at. You know where he lives in New York City, or right outside of New York City. Where would be the cheap place someone would do that, Copper? Again, I'm just picking on you since you.
Give me the prompt again. Sorry.
Cheaper place where you can take the train or drive into New York every day.
Amtrak. I mean, it's not super cheap, but
where would you be living? Where would the cheaper place to be?
Oh, you'd probably want to be in like some shitty old industrial apartments. You'd be renting in one of those. You can do it in Troy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to.
No, he's not in Troy. That's too convenient. He's somewhere.
It's too convenient. Peak Skill's feasible. It's not super duper cheap, but I think Peak Skill would probably be pretty good. It's on the Hudson River.
All right.
Yep,
so
it's in Westchester.
So he's there, and he goes into New York to work to do research, but not always. Sometimes he stays at home and just does research on his own. So you're looking at his email, you're looking at his phone, and checking his messaging stuff. So he is very confused. He's talking to his friends about it. You do find a chat log that says he's like, my grandfather was looking at these people that all went crazy after they got gold rings But some of the gold rings were tested for radiation and they weren't radioactive. But my granddad was convinced there was something going on, so maybe he found something else. That's what so what if there was some other source of contamination in the gold jewelry? What if they've missed something all this time? And that's sort of where he's at.
Okay.
Yeah, you're getting a part of a picture, right? Because you're only looking at his email and his phone.
Once we get the diary, I think is going to be the big difference. So we can.
So
yeah.
The people who went crazy, is that Castro, Cochran,
Yes.
Bauer, Watterson, Camp?
Those seem to be the people, yeah.
Are they still alive, or is there any?
That would be what's your bureaucracy at?
No, mine's not that great, but would there be any utility to talking to them?
If you can find, that would be finding that you have
them.
Names, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I look up marriage certificates? Because if I'm hearing about
what's your bureaucracy at?
50.
50, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I want to see if they're all in a commune. Maybe they got a 5-way marriage.
They were at a commune, but they're not now. Let's see here. Morgan and Amber are still alive. The other 3 are dead. Amber and Morgan are both in their late 80s.
Are they married?
They are not. Both of them are in assisted living care facilities.
Okay.
Nursing homes.
Different ones, I assume?
Different ones, yes. But yeah, Clarence, Samantha, and Joyce all are dead. They all died a while
ago. Are there
like
obituaries about them that we can find? You can
you can find it. The 3 obituaries. They're all artists. Let's see here. Samantha is mentioned as being a goldsmith, an artisanal goldsmith making, noted for her unusual and evocative gold designs. And 2 of them mention the Cassiopeia artist colony in Cragsmore as being important in their lives.
Did the obits say like, they struggled with many things, but they still loved their stuff?
They had tough lives. They don't describe cause of death,
no details,
or anything like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But
is next of kin survived bys?
Yeah, they have families.
Okay, interesting.
They all have families. They So maybe actually Joyce does not have any living relatives, but the other 4 have living relatives living in New York. For the sake
living in England, you said?
In New York, in here.
Oh, okay.
So like you can talk to the relatives of all of them, but Joyce and Amber and Morgan are still alive in their late 80s.
I'm gonna leave that decision to the crew, because if we start talking to people beyond this limited scope, we're opening ourselves up to being received.
Yeah, terrible. Dreadful. So let's see who hasn't asked a question. Agent Marker, what are you thinking?
Actually, I'm thinking about getting into his either home or Airbnb. Where should we put some surveillance devices?
We know from his emails that his diary is somewhere in his home.
Mm-hmm. And he has asked a friend.
We want to look at.
He has asked his friend Amanda to finish scanning the diary Thursday, and the key is in the usual place. Leave it and lock up when you're done. I'll get the next dinner. Wink, smiley face.
Yeah, I was going to hack her phone to figure out when.
You should break in. I really think you should.
Okay.
Just because of a lot of reasons.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Because it's dramatic.
Give me a computer.
Give
me a computer science check to hack Amanda. Let's see here.
Because I just wanted to find when like the blank period is, to be like, oh yeah, this is the time to break in and just feed that information over to Marker.
I mean, if you could prepare a pen drive that lets you remote access to his computer, that would be great.
Amanda Shin,
and then you forward the
she's,
file.
Chinese American. So, all right. Did you make your check?
Oh yeah, let me just.
God damn it, 100.
I don't remember if that's a good or a bad.
What is it?
100 is a correct.
That's very bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here you go. Got it.
Okay. You watch a message from Amanda. Just sends a message to Steven. My phone just got hacked. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to do this. I got to deal with this. I think someone's trying to steal my identity. So yeah, she's out of commission, and
Honestly, not the worst development.
Go get some Starbucks.
Steven's suspicion meter goes up by 1. Yeah. Yeah.
I will go and buy like some nonsense around with her credit card to be like just to lean further in, maybe, or no.
Yeah, so Amanda's a no-go. You still have access to his phone. You can give me human. Anyone can give me human check if you want to like figure out who Amanda is to.
We all just.
I pass an 80 under 86.
Okay, yeah, he is. They're definitely like friends with benefits, kind of a situationship going on, and she is a history. She was a history major in college, and that's where they met. And she is doing various gigs and also looking to be a vlogger. So she has got her own little channel, or she's thinking about things, doesn't know what to do with herself. Early 20s as well. Very bright person, but yeah, she and it's a very awkward relationship between her and Steven. But yeah, not super awkward, but they don't know where they want to be, so they don't know what they want from each other. So
yeah, they're in their early 20s. They're just professionally not talking about things they should be talking about.
Yeah, right. So,
yes.
I'm not speaking from experience at all.
Oh no, definitely not. Yeah, but through that, you actually looking at their chat history, you find out where the key is held. There's a little stupid little fake rock that has a key in, and Amanda can let herself in at any time. So, and now you can let yourself in at any time. And the guy, he talks about not putting the scan of the book online on anything because he doesn't want anyone to hack it, because this is his goal. This is his thing that he's protecting. So yeah, but it's on an air-gapped computer, an old laptop that he disconnected the Wi-Fi from. And,
we need to burn this. We need to burn that book.
We haven't. Yeah, okay, maybe, but
just assuming.
So anybody with any bit of military science or tradecraft could be like, oh, we could just wait till he goes and Amanda goes, and then just go in and copy the book.
Yeah. That's why I was like, that's why I was. That's why I wanted to hack her phone to try and figure out the gap.
I mean, you can just sit in a car outside.
Oh, right, of course. I am a computer nerd, sir. I don't think about spy things.
Oh, yeah. I'm a 21st century spy, not a 20th century spy. I'll have you know. All right.
I mean, break in and leave cameras to know when they leave. To get
out. I'm going to get some water. I'll be right back. Y'all can talk amongst yourselves.
So, Marker, were you going to go break in the house or surveil the house?
I mean, I can break into the house and leave security cameras. The small ones pinhole.
Yeah, and then
like they are the size.
Dr. Royalty, you've got psychotherapy. Do you also have a good persuade skill?
No.
I can do okay.
Is any I've got
I'm
a great.
knower, not a convincer. I have a fair persuade skill. To be fair, I'm okay at it. I can talk fine.
Yeah.
I've got a 40. I'm great at I'm great at humans. If we want to go talk to the octogenarians, I'd like to be there. But I also don't want Agent Marker to go by himself. So
my thought for Marker, and I put this in private chat, is Marker goes in, and then all the rest of us wait in a car nearby, and we all buy blue shirts and blue pants and black vests and balaclavas and pretend to be ICE agents. Because you don't have to identify yourself if you're an ICE agent. And
you might end up provoking a street riot, so I wouldn't.
Yes, well, it's in Troy, New York, thankfully, which is not to my recollection a leftist enclave.
Hopper, did you take the idea of pretending to be ICE agent from the one shot that I was in, where I was like, oh, let's do this and be like, we're gonna steal this man. We need a.
I have had conversations with Roths at length about whether or not ICE agents are overpowered in Delta Green. because
Oh.
they kind of are.
I mean, that's why you have the street riots.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
I mean, that's a good cover. His house burned
Because
down
there was
because
a
there
riot.
was a
Yeah,
riot.
well, to be fair, like there's a lot of sightings of ice in Westchester, and there's not immediately a riot always.
All right, I am back.
Welcome back.
All right, so that's day 2. What do you want to look into next? You have lots of leads. You have the 5 names.
I think Marker was going to break in, and my suggestion was we all dress as ICE agents and wait in a car in case he's blown. But
so
I was receiving some pushback.
Yeah, this is Tuesday. He's leaving Thursday, so you can monitor. He does go into New York to work. Actually, I did mention that multiple times, so you could wait till he goes to work and break in.
Thought.
Okay.
Well, what we want
Then
is to
install
take a copy of
devices,
the
yes.
diary, figure out if the diary is dangerous, and then take the diary and remove all evidence of it if it's
Okay.
dangerous. I think
so.
that should be our approach. We could just skip straight to just remove every available piece of data.
So you're all going to drive to. You're all going to be doing
Peekskill.
You're going to Peekskill. All right, so all of you drive to Peekskill.
Question, Ross: is it going to rain anytime soon in Peekskill?
Roll percentile on the dice spot. What do you want it to be? Do you want it to be raining or
I
not?
would like there to be a big rain coming up. What time
All
of year
right.
is it?
I'll say spring.
Spring. Yeah, no, that would track. Okay.
So I'll say it's a 50-50. So if it's 51 or higher on your D100 roll, it is going to be raining.
No rain.
No rain.
Ooh.
All right. So it is. I'll go halfway. It's overcast.
Overcast. All right.
Yeah, it's nice and dreary.
Nice. Oh, good. Nice.
So you all go to Peekskill. You go to the neighborhood. He is in a grimy industrial apartment, the first floor. He. Let's see. How long does it take to get from Troy to Peekskill? Probably
about like 90 minutes.
Okay.
90 minutes to an hour.
You get there around noon. You have his phone hacked, right? So you can geolocate him. He's in New York City, but it is like this is an apartment in the middle of the day, and there's people around. It's not, So people are walking around. There's security. There's ring cameras.
Peekskill's not super nice, but that's still there's like a couple ring cameras, but that's still broadly correct.
I mean, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna disguise myself as a delivery driver.
Okay. Do you have the disguise skill? Okay, well, give me a disguise roll.
100. God damn it.
Cool.
Oh, dice bot.
All right.
Oh man.
Cool. What do you want to do next? You're definitely disguised. You're fine.
It's fine. And I'm gonna, get into the apartment.
You don't. Yeah, you could just walk in. You know where the key is. He's not, and he's not home. So.
I'm just gonna try to stealth my way there, like try to avoid.
Okay, so with 100, Agent Gregory, Steven's phone pings. Someone is accessing your home. As you watch on his phone, Agent Marker's face very plainly seen, face recognition running.
Oh my god!
So
that down.
Give me a sand check for helplessness. Consumer software has made you
For Marker?
There
No, for you.
Oh shit!
You're part of the same cell.
Damn
You're
it.
like, oh fuck.
All right.
Steven is calling the police.
Oh,
Gregory, can you delete that footage?
Yeah, that's going to be a separate computer roll for him. Like, what do you? First, give me the sand check, Agent Gregory.
That's a fail.
Okay, that is going to be
Apparently this man is
just
useless.
one sand. As you're like, oh shit, he's calling the police right now. Now you can try and stop him from reaching the police, or pretend to be the police with a successful computer roll.
I will try and intercept.
Are you blocking or are you intercepting?
Intercept.
Okay, give me a computer science check.
In for a penny, in for a pound. Got it. 3 out of 80.
Okay, so you're on the phone with him. So he was like, yeah, I'd like to report a burglary. My ring camera just evaded me. I can see this guy's face. What is it? Agent Marker, what do you look like?
Short blonde hair, blue eyes. No.
Yeah,
no
he's
scars,
describing
no
Agent Marker to a
Small
T.
guy.
I'm at 555 Green Evergreen Terrace. You need to get there right now. Agent Gregory, what do you say?
Understandable. 20. I don't have social skills.
You don't.
No,
yeah,
this
give me
man...
a persuade check.
Yeah, his persuade is at base of 20. So
okay, yep.
Let me hand this off to my supervisor. Please hold.
All right. Well, let's see
It's a
if
hard
Steven
fail.
recognizes that you're not who you say you are. He's
We're
like,
fine here. How are you?
Yeah.
All right. Who are you handing it to?
Does anyone here have social skills?
I have social skills.
All right, hand it right off to
All right,
All right.
Masuda, you got one chance. What do you got?
Go 50-50.
Negative 20 penalty because of the previous fail. So.
Can I get any sort of offset because would SIGINT help?
No, this is
Okay.
I am definitely a real cop, and we're definitely assigning real officers to deal with your burglary.
You send this to the officer.
I made it 26 under 30 because you said minus 20, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, minus 1.
I made
All
it
right.
just fucking barely.
All right. Agent Marker, you don't know any of this right now unless they decide to tell you. You're just inside the house copying off you're opening up, turning the computer on, copying it off. You are wearing gloves, but yeah, that I'm not gonna actually no, you can roll the 100. You forgot to wear gloves. So yeah.
Should I text him and just tell him to grab everything? Because I'm not sure we'll get another chance.
Well, he is getting everything. Well, he's getting the book right now, so you can text him if you want to get him to hurry up.
Yeah, you can probably best to just make it look like a beanie. Just break stuff, make
Yep.
it random.
Okay,
all right.
I'll text Mark that you're made. Make it look like a beanie and grab everything.
All right, Agent Marker, give me a sand check for helplessness.
And I just noticed I don't.
Oh yeah, no, this is bad because you realize your disguise is totally fucked and your face is viewed, and you're not wearing gloves. So this is gonna be
I failed my sanity roll.
So that's gonna be 3 sand. Yeah. So you're like, oh fuck, I could go to jail for this. And
okay, I'm gonna try to clean at least after myself using
all right,
criminology.
yeah.
Where did I
Criminology, yeah.
And
cool.
I failed. Because why
Just
not?
take all
making
the
it
electronics.
worse.
Just take them all up in a big bag.
Yeah. So first, let's deal with Masuda. What are you telling Steven?
Hello there. Who am I speaking to?
My name is Stephen Bradford. I live at 55 Green Evergreen Terrace. My ring camera just alerted me, motion detected. Someone wearing a shitty fake Amazon delivery driver uniform saw my key is broken into my house.
Keep calm, sir. We'll dispatch officers shortly. Is
someone just texted him? I could see him inside with the ring camera. He's messing with my computer. What
could he be looking for, sir? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. I mean, he's not. Oh, now he's starting to break things after he got a text from someone. I think he's not working.
Keith is just like
he's got a lookout. Yeah. Wait, I can see a car outside. There's people watching him in there.
This is a fucking high definition ring camera.
Yeah. I got the newest ring camera.
Thank you, sir.
It's in 4K.
Can you? It's not. It's 5K actually.
Yeah.
Can you send a picture?
No, he's making a lot of noise. Oh God, my neighbor, the disabled veteran. He's I think he heard something. I'm gonna go call him to have him check.
Well, hang on, sir. Please stay on the line with me.
Okay.
Please give me the phone number for your neighbor. He should not get involved. It's clear that this gentleman is dangerous, perhaps unhinged, and we don't want to risk the safety of an old veteran. We have officers en route. They're quite close. And we have.
He's not that old. He just has one leg, but he's a big dude.
Sir, please calm down.
He's all about.
We're not dispatching a one-legged veteran to go engage in fisticuffs with a fucking guy who's going to break into your apartment.
Yeah.
We're not doing any of that, sir. Please calm down. Give me the number of your neighbor.
Okay.
And Officers will be on site shortly.
Yeah, you got 100 on your criminology check there, Agent Marker. Is that right? Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, you.
No.
Yeah, that
It's
was
just
normal. That
normal
was
fail.
normal.
Yeah, you
fail.
still make noise though. You don't make any better. And you can. Yeah. So you get the other number of his neighbor, Bill. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to fuck around with calling him. So Gregory, I want to send him a fake alert, a fake local police alert. Can you do that with his phone number?
Yeah, you hacked his phone. You can do that. You don't have to make another.
So basically, hey, there's a crime in progress nearby. Please stay indoors. Police officers are responding.
Okay, to the neighbor. Yeah. Okay.
Fail.
Are you fucking kidding me?
84 out of 80.
God fucking damn it!
All right, Agent Marker, give me an alertness check.
I lost my leg in the war, but he's gonna lose his.
I got it.
Okay.
I've been on the range.
Can we make one fucking roll?
So all of you are out there in like several separate cars, and you all, to your horror, see someone step out of the apartment next to Steven's apartment. A man with a prosthetic leg and a gun on his belt. And he starts
gun
making
laws in New York are super duper strict, especially in Westchester County. So it's very likely a handgun or like a
it's a handgun. Yeah, it's a handgun.
Okay.
He has a handgun on a belt, and he is walking over to Steven's door. So, and Agent Marker is not aware of this.
I'm furiously texting Agent Marker bail. There's a guy with a gun coming.
Yeah. So you've gotten the files and you've trashed the place. You have not cleaned it of your fingerprints, though.
Damn it! I'm getting out through the window.
Is it first floor? So
yeah, it's a first floor. It's a first floor. So
okay. All the apartments in Peekskill are like converted, like 2 or 3 bedroom houses. So think about it like that. It's sort of
yeah. This is the first floor. I'll say Steven or the veterans, the building next to him, also on the first floor because prosthetic leg. He would want a first floor apartment. And there's the second and third floor apartments are they're not occupied right now. They're all at work. So all right. So Marker, give me athletics to get out the window and get out of sight before the guy gets.
Oh no!
82.
All right, you're out the window.
God fucking damn it!
You're out. You're halfway out the window when you hear a gun cock and you see a man. Sir, I want you to get out slowly with your hands in the air and do not move.
Hey, Ross.
Yeah.
So Agent Hopper's in the car. Is
Sure.
there any way he can roll an alertness check to kind of figure out what's going on? Because
you see all this happening.
We've got the ring camera. We
see
everything.
Yeah.
I didn't know that I did. I didn't know we're all there. I thought I'm just sitting behind the wheel.
No. You can see this happening in plain view of you. So yeah, we can rewind a bit. Did you want to do something to intercept the veteran, Bill?
Yes.
Okay. What are you doing?
So you said it's upstairs apartment?
No, downstairs. It's all both of these are your downstairs apartments. Yeah.
So I'm shit. There's a ring camera too.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. Oh,
Yeah.
See my So Gregory, will you be able to erase this footage?
Yeah. That.
All right. Man, then fuck my face. No, not right now. But I mean, I don't care if my face is there. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. If I see the guy coming out, I'm gonna try to intercept him.
Okay.
And flash a badge.
Sure. You go to him. You stop him. So Agent Marker, you're still getting out in time. Yeah. Agent Marker, you will be able to get away because Stephen Hopper is slowing him down. So you stop in front of him. What do you do? You flash the badge. What do you say?
Yeah, I flash the badge and say, "Sir, this is being handled. This is a dangerous fugitive. Please let the professionals handle this. I appreciate your patriotism."
Roll persuade.
Oof.
He doesn't. I'll give you +20. You do have a badge.
All right.
There's multiple ring cameras, by the way. Steven was a little paranoid.
Fucking networked goddamn ring cameras.
Yeah.
Why are you not doing this? R/.
I simply would hack all the ring campers before I do the burglary, but how hard could it be? You literally had the key. You could just walk in and steal things. Yeah.
There's like a super murder death thing here too. Now
Well, there's also like 3 critical failures.
Two. Lots of other failures as well.
Yeah. All right.
I'm having a hard time rolling this. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time rolling this.
Okay, so it's /R space 1D100.
Yeah, I think you forgot
dice
the
rolling
1.
channel.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
53. With the plus 20, I pass. I have a 4 persuade, so plus 20 is 60.
All right. He stops. He's like, okay, I don't see any of your other boys. I guess they're very stealthy, huh? So
well, he's a dangerous fugitive, so we are dispersed throughout the neighborhood.
Okay. So yeah, you're talking to him for a bit, Marker. You can get away. You don't have to make an athletics check. You just get out the window in the back, and you jump a fence, and someone can pick you up down a street over. So yeah.
And Gregory has a job to do when it comes to surveillance of the area.
Yeah.
Go Rain Corporation.
Yeah. I'll thank him for his cooperation.
Give me a nice whiskey.
Leave.
I'm drinking tonight.
All right. In that case, give me one more computer science check for accessing the ring. This is one and done. This is you either do it or you don't.
I failed. That's an 82 out of 80.
All right. You did not. Yep.
It looks like it's good.
Yeah. No, it does not. With the regular failure, you fucked up.
Fuck.
So
well, this is going to be an interesting evening report into Delta Green.
Yeah.
So I just want to underline how incredibly fucked we are. We're in the lower Hudson Valley, where every major highway is networked into a communal monitoring system. So the license plates of all vehicles are tracked and monitored, as well as where they are all going. And the police are going to be called here. They may not, if they have access to the ring camera footage. We are royally fucked. Absolutely.
This is why we call it up into the system for the handler to deal with.
Yeah.
We got to tell the handler.
Mark, I don't know where your day job is, but if it's New York State, you're fucked.
So yeah, Mark, where is your day job?
I mean, it was at NSA in Boston.
Okay, yeah. Oh, in NSA, you're not going to be like showing up on databases.
Yeah, you'll probably be okay. Unless you get arrested.
I mean,
so
for a while.
They all have your prints, though.
Yeah, they have your prints. They have your face. And the ring cameras and the other surveillance systems of this area will probably mark a bunch of cars sitting around looking suspicious.
Yeah, and we need to get rid of all of our burner phones because they've been in proximity.
Marker, if you have a social media profile, you should scrub it, because I'm pretty sure they can use AI to track that and compare it to any.
NSA cannot keep a social profile.
Yeah, he would actually be pretty hardened against that casual.
Yes, for sure.
Well, mid-level thing.
On the other hand, Deputy Marshal Stephen Hopper. What about you?
You're gonna want to do that, Deb.
You know what? The worst case scenario. Why were you in New York? I'm not super worried about it, but we could take care of that. But I would like to change the plates on the car. Well, and if we took two cars,
the thing. Right now, Steven has not called the cops because he thought he called the cops. You did, so he does not. He's going to be probably not calling again until he comes back home to get a follow up on his case, and then he's going to get a real bad realization. So he's in New York City right now. You could double down and approach him and convince him not to call the cops.
Can we borrow a cop car?
Yeah,
we gotta friendly deputize this guy simply because we fucked up the investigation so bad. We just had to bring him on board.
So we could mislead him. I mean, just go like I told the guy, this is a dangerous fugitive. We're watching him. It's under control. The feds are in charge. That's an avenue. My persuade's okay, and if I get a bonus with a badge, I can probably make it. But the way Dice Roller's doing, so I wouldn't mind somebody else backing me up on that.
Yeah, I got good persuade.
I'm so scared of DiceBot.
I'm terrible.
I've not rolled.
This is why I asked if we could roll.
This is why I insist on DiceBot.
He's set today for blood.
So we could lean in. We could lean into this. We could lean into this. I wouldn't call it a mistake, but we could lean into the circumstances and approach him and pretend to bring him in on this kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's a
or
possibility.
you-
Hey,
Yeah,
we're
and
tracking the people.
Yeah,
We're
you-
tracking the
kinda
people,
think if-
tracking him.
Yeah.
I kind of think if we do that, this ends one of two ways for him: either a new job or as a no longer operative series of biological linked.
I accept both outcomes.
Jesus, Jesus, Hopper.
Yeah, that's
That's
not
hey.
great.
Why do you
Yeah.
think? Why do you think I'm still alive?
So,
I accept these things.
Yeah. Now you could just call your handler and tell him to make it go.
Oh
away.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, we at least need to call him and.
I mean, he's going to call the cops when he gets home again.
Yeah. He's gonna call the cops when he gets
so
home.
either we intercept him now before he gets home.
In fact, he's going to be going home right now, obviously, because he still has access to his ring camera. He can see the place is trash. He's not. So you don't have a huge.
Gregory, can you force or can you fake a police response like a CAD sheet to say that somebody swung by and they took a report or whatever, and they'll be contacting him in a couple of days?
I have.
Is there anything you could fake?
I have a bureaucracy of 10.
No, it would be computer science. It would be breaking into the local police department and faking a sheet so that.
Jesus, we are.
And there is a local police department, which is the Peak Skill PD.
Yeah,
But
so
before roll
you
another
basically
100, maybe we should split up.
so that's a 60. I'm gonna put a -20 on hacking the police department under this time frame.
I'm willing to do it.
Just a suggestion.
Yeah, okay. If that's the only solution, yeah. But otherwise,
It's not.
Well, let's call the handler.
Yeah.
I mean, we can impersonate 2 police officers and wait
Okay.
for him at home.
Actually, here's another idea. Peak Skill is part of an initiative called Project Alliance, which sends mental health professionals to respond to police calls. So if I'm a volunteer firefighter, that's essentially quite similar.
I'm a
And
psychotherapist.
royalty. Yep.
I could, we could just stay here and say, hey, this guy was having a psychotic breakdown. We didn't want anybody to get involved because, we didn't want things to escalate. We're really sorry about the damages. Here's who to call for follow-ups and
Okay.
et cetera. Does that work, Ross?
Yeah, that would definitely work.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
a
we
good
can
idea.
bring him somewhere to take his statement.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
Okay, that sounds ominous.
Do you guys want to do that, or do you just want to
All right.
shut
Yeah,
up?
I mean, I could fake being police and take a statement because.
All right, I would say you
what
need
I
to
am.
fake the police report then to get that to work.
All right, no, let's not do it like that then. Let's just do, this guy was a crazy person. Here's what's happening. Steven can fake a police report, and then he won't call the cops, and we can continue our investigation.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He fakes the police report, so it's in the police department. So
and
when
then
he
I'll
looks up,
talk him down,
and then you talk him
him
down. So yeah,
Okay, that
the
works.
the hacking the police department computers to adding the ghost report essentially.
it's just in the system, but it's not being assigned.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's in the system. It looks legitimate, and just no one. The thing is, what detective are you going to assign it to? Like who signed off on it? Because that detective is clearly not going to remember it if asked. Yeah.
Can I tap Delta Green? Can I call the handler and ask for
A friendly.
Yeah.
They have no friendlies in the area.
Damn it.
Not in this
really
police
weird
department.
place for
Yeah.
a friendly.
Yeah.
Okay.
They probably only have like a few dozen friendlies in the country. Like,
Okay.
there's not that many, this
There
is
are only 26 cells.
yeah. Well, that's the Cowboys, technically. The program's a little more flexible, I think. It's been a while since I've read up on the org chart stuff for Delta Green, but we're getting
No. I was just like,
yeah. It's
hoping
computer
for
science.
Delta,
It's a computer science check to make this roll, and that's figuring out what detective to assign it to, and who's the incompetent guy that won't remember it and
All right.
wouldn't remember it anyway and won't give a shit.
All right, let's hope for the best.
Mm-hmm.
42 with the that's a success.
All
Even
right.
with a -20.
All right, so you get that.
Finally.
So if you wait by Masuda.
Can I get a bonus from prepping with Dr. Royalty to get some psycho battle?
I can give him definitely a lot of psycho.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, both of you show up. And
well, that's the thing. Should I show up? Because then we only have like 2 people who he hasn't seen in person in some manner.
Two? I think one. I think only Elegant Gregory.
Yeah,
then one
if I'm there as well, only Gregory is the one he hasn't seen.
I don't think we
in
have a
some
choice.
capacity.
We got to do this, and we got to keep it moving. You know,
All right.
operations already hit a speed bump. We need to pick up speed.
I mean, you got the files though. You got the book.
I just want him to not involve the police. So
Actually, you don't have the entire book. It's not fully scanned yet. So
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So we
the
definitely
The book was
need
not
to-
there.
the book was there. I thought you were just copying the files though, Agent Marker. Did you actually grab the physical book? Because that will really. You don't have to make a human check that
I
he's
don't-
going to be really fucking suspicious that you only took the book and not like his computer or his TV or his PlayStation. You know, like
everything that
yeah,
is
yeah.
worth
So
something.
like if you take
Yeah.
the book and the
No,
book's
like-
not in plain view,
No.
actually the book's not in plain view, so you don't know where it is. So like
Yeah. That's
And
fine.
I
I didn't
Like,
look for it.
I thought
didn't
maybe
have
it
time
was
to look for it.
obvious where it was, but if
no,
not,
he obviously
Like in the-
puts it somewhere secure when he's not using it. So
I mean, maybe he left it in the
No,
scanner,
it's not
right?
in the scanner.
If this had gone better, we would have had more information. Now we have a half-scanned book.
yeah.
So,
So
great.
anyways, Masuda and Dr. Royalty are there to meet. Stephen and Bill is there too as a concerned citizen and friend to Stephen. And Masuda, you give him the spiel that you just talked about this mental health crisis and this person, had a psychotic breakdown. What's your persuade at?
It's at 50. I was hoping for a plus 20.
Oh, you don't even have to roll with it. With that, it's he believes it, and because you do have legit credentials, and he's definitely, he once it gets you on camera to talk about it because it's going in the documentary. So both of you give me sand checks for helplessness.
I knew that was
I'm
going to
adapted to helplessness.
Okay, well then you're fine. Dr. Royalty, give me a sand check.
I've made silly statements on camera before. It's fine.
Uh-huh.
He passed.
If anything happens to Steven, this is going to look real bad for you. Anyways,
Well, it depends on if it ever gets brought up and the
Mhm.
camera footage that he has here doesn't just, vanish.
so did you make your sand check?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yep. Both 5. So, that's your day. Is dealing with this. And you contact your handler, and he can get the Ring camera footage deleted, or glitched out, which is better than
Deleted.
Yeah, but like
Yeah,
obviously
corrupted. Yep.
Steven is very changing his habits now, and
He has become a sussy baka.
he has become a sussy baka.
You don't know.
But you have the partial version of the book, and it
Total
is
failure of a home invasion.
not a total failure. You have the
You
file.
got away.
No,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
one is shot.
Almost.
Yeah,
a total
no one.
failure.
No one shot her in jail. So yeah. There's just a lot of suspicious shit. So you have to spend the next day
Parker,
getting new
how the
phones.
fuck did that go so bad? Have you broken into a home before, or are you just lying to us?
That's my job. I break as a job, But you have cover of NSA agents that observe the place.
Oh,
What do they cover you with, a fucking blanket? Like,
I mean, dude,
Um,
one of the comp
hey,
guys
hey,
usually checks for
I
the
just want to
electronic
point out
equipment.
that assigning blame while we're still trying to work together,
Whiskey.
risky.
Here's
Let's
some
just-
whiskey.
All right.
Hey, he got away.
So Agent Chamber, your
I'm super
your
for-
handler
I-
Chambers gets you new phones and new cars, and that takes a day.
nicest fucking DJ handler in the entire world. Any other one would have just fucking killed us all.
Oh, he's not gonna kill you over
Dude.
this. Like, there's so much other. You need to find out what's in that book. Yeah.
Delta Green has gone through some HR changes.
No.
This is the official. They can't just murk us if we annoy them enough.
Yeah. Well.
Dude,
Yeah,
if
yes,
it
they
is certain there is a bump in the car now. We have the bump in new cars. Like, oh, you fucked up again.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, they have a
At
three
any
strikes
rate,
system.
we should
wear
have sometime.
a fake sixth finger. Discredit all footage as a
Yeah,
AI
Max is onto
generated.
something
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
So that's yeah.
I mean, there was silicone gloves that makes you look like other skin color.
And Max, you are also right.
Guy.
Body armor does upgrade any crime in New York to a felony.
Oh, damn. Interesting. So, yeah, but that's the next day. So you don't have time to research it. You have to cover your tracks. Your office is still secure. Actually, no, you have to change offices now too, because your old phones could be tied to that location. So you need to change that too. So you need to spend the next day moving out to another place. Yeah. So someone has to give you a bureaucracy check to find a new hideout, because your old phones could be tied geotagged to that area too.
I can try.
Yeah.
I've got a 50, but if someone's got better. Go ahead.
I have a 50 as well. 67.
All right, fucking. I need to roll more dice, apparently.
Let's also get some clown makeup too.
All right. So you're at the Sleep Easy Inn, and they have a conference room you can rent. So
We're never even gonna get into like the horrible. Like,
We're actually changing scenario now. There's something else that's going to happen.
yeah,
we're fighting ourselves. Like
to a degree, yeah. You could have just waited till he left for the night and walked in while Bill was asleep, and not
Ross,
have to make a
is there
skill
any way
roll.
we can solve this scenario without making a single additional roll?
I don't know. You tell me, man.
Can I roll military science to figure it out?
You just asked for a roll, like.
I know. Yeah.
So yeah, you read the book, what you have of it, and the book talks about how he finds this cluster of 5 people. They all were at the Cassiopeia Artist Colony in Craigsmore, New York, which is like in the middle of the state, very scenic. And what they let's see here, Samantha Bauer is a goldsmith and made gold rings for this group of 5 who are all became friends at this, and 2 of the families, Samantha's family and Amber's family, were the ones to approach the Riley Commission, because they think pretty soon after they all got these gold rings, all 5 of them started having noticeable changes in their personality and behavior. But only those 2 families like attributed to like, oh, it's when they got those rings. But Albert is like, okay, this is something relevant, and so he got one of the rings, the ring from Amber, and had it tested and was not radioactive. Actually, he also got it from Samantha's family, and that was also not radioactive. But the behavior was consistent for all 5. They all they began having problems with other people at the artist colony. They became more reclusive and more insular, like they would talk to each other and no one else. And their behavior eventually got them all kicked out of the artist colony. But they Amber in an interview, that it all goes back to that fucking workshop that they built there. And there's a reference to that, and that's as far as the diary gets. But there are some terms in here. They talk about Samantha, talked about having she was an artist that was very realist and talking about like sort of social realism. No, Samantha was a goldsmith, and her designs were very Art Deco influence at that point, and very machine-like and linear. But then after that, she started doing gold jewelry and artwork. Not just, I mean, she was a goldsmith, but she's also a sculptor and worked in physical materials. And she started her art started changing to be more reflect flowing, organic, and her family described it. She became obsessed with the ocean and ocean life.
Yes, of course.
And it was very strange, and they all had a focus on they became very Jungian, and focused on dreams that they had. And so, but the last 20% of the diary is not scanned yet, so you have about 80% of it.
Do we have where they got the gold from?
No. That was you'd have to investigate Samantha Bauer more.
Heath is having a stress headache.
If we need a relaxing time, we're gonna put on like Lord of the Rings.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, this takes you. I mean, this is Albert was a writer, and he had a lot of documents, and a lot of this diary are actually just like reports that he copied into this book from the Riley Commission. Because basically, the other subtext is like, I think this gold was doing this. Well, it's not radioactive. Move on. But Albert's like, no, there's something here. I got to find what the fuck is going on. So he's just being a loose cannon investigating this on his own. But using the authority of being a New York, health department investigator to access these files. It seems all of them were institutionalized. All 5 people were institutionalized.
Okay.
Do we
Heath is
want to talk to the old people?
Yeah.
Amber and Morgan are still alive. Yeah.
I want to talk to some old people.
Okay.
Do a good job at that. Yeah.
I'll go with you. I've got a good human.
Yeah, all right. I would take either Stephen or Dr. Royalty, because Dr. Royalty has an understanding of what happens to the human mind as they get older.
Sure.
I think probably it's good for. I'll go talk to. You guys want to come with me? We can go talk to.
Yeah,
say,
I think we can all go.
Morgan. We'll talk to Morgan. Or no, Amber. Maybe Amber's in better shape. One of her parents were worried, right? So.
Not her parents. I mean, no, her grandchildren. Like at this point, yeah. You can look up. Yeah, you can. Both of them are different. Nursing homes essentially. These are Dr. Royalty. You recognize these nursing homes are for people with, more advanced, not standard nursing homes, but for people with more health problems or for psychiatric problems. People with dementia and that kind of thing. So another day comes. You've moved to a location which is totally fine. You have new phones. You have new cars. And
fresh clown makeup.
Apparently.
The corkboard has disappeared now because
it's moved to the new place.
No, it's being taken down because we can't really have any, the help coming into the Sleepeasy Inn and looking at the.
Oh no, it's secure. You're definitely not. You gave them orders not to enter in the room. You made your check. It's fine.
I'm not stupid.
Okay, you're being a little more paranoid. We've
got a police scanner going the entire time too.
Well, you're keeping tabs on Steven. He doesn't realize his phone has been compromised. He is changing his habits. There's a lot of bad luck. He talks to Amanda about how the diary of his grandfather also reported weird things happening shortly before his death.
That's a very unfortunate connection that he's made there.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna die.
Well, listen, any red-blooded American probably. I understand what they would do in this situation, which is a 2 a.m. UF text. So is he gonna be seeing his paramour anytime soon?
He is trying to finagle. Man, I really need to, I'm really stressed out.
I could really use some Netflix and chill, and that guy broke my TV with my PlayStation. So
exactly.
My house.
That's got. Well, man, let's meet for coffee and talk about it. And so,
part of me. Yeah, I really like the idea of a Delta Green agency where they're like, oh man, this guy's gonna read this like horrible book, so let's just make it seem like he's cursed. Yeah. And just make him feel like the going to the thing is just super evil. So if we just lean into all the bad luck going in, he just won't show up.
Can you look? Could you look where he hiding the diary when he gets back home from the cameras?
we just put grandpa ghosts around the house.
So you're saying
any red-blooded investigator would just lean deeper into that, especially if they're an investigative type, which this guy is.
Well, I mean, you do have the diary now, and you could just tell your handler it's all clear and just go home, and it's
I think
fine.
my fucking eyes are gonna start bleeding if I hear any more.
Well,
of this
actually, no, you
bullshit.
don't have the entire book.
Nope, we have half the scanned
It
part.
does
Yeah.
not. Yeah, you don't even know what terms were flagged that got Delta Green's attention the first time.
All right, this guy,
Also, there's
this
those
guy's he's running up
gold
his credit
rings.
cards.
What happened to them?
This guy's, hang on a sec, Ross. This guy's running up his credit cards. He's having a hard time paying his bills, right?
2 degrees, getting help from his parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's going. Is he going to meet his paramour for coffee before he meets the folks from Miskatonic?
Yes, he's doing
Okay.
it today, actually.
All right. So his
before he
window's
leaves
still
for
broken.
Arkham.
He hasn't had time to replace it.
Yeah, it's probably boarded up.
No fucking landlord is doing it.
Yeah.
It may be boarded up, but we're still gonna have an easier time getting in there.
Well, Bill's definitely going to be have his head on a swivel now.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, he does text Bill. It's like, thanks, bro. I owe you a case of beer. I still have to go.
Thanks
to
for
the
setting up
Arkham
that
Perm
Claymore
meeting.
mine, Bill.
Yeah.
Claymore
so Bill
for the
messaged him
DDJ.
back. Don't worry, I'll make sure no more crackheads get in your house. Yeah, I could pull another watch duty tonight with the shotgun out this time.
All right, so I guess the only option we're really gonna have is to get the book while he's on his way to meet with the Miskatonic guys, right?
I mean, if you're
gotta
determined to
bring
get
the
the
book,
book, yeah.
I mean, we got to get the book. That's the quest.
He tells Amanda, like, you don't have to come by the way. I scanned the rest of it myself. Yeah.
Oh, if he's done that, then can we access it through his Google Drive?
It's not on his Google Drive. He's keeping it offline.
Yeah, got it.
And we didn't
Okay.
just take the laptop, did we?
No, you did not. You just copied files off of it.
I should have destroyed that laptop too with the
That would've
PlayStation and
been-
TV.
That's really what we should have done.
I mean,
If we were gonna go hot, that would have made sense. Okay. I'm going to talk to Amber Camp, who's
Okay.
still alive, with
All right.
Hopper, I guess. Rest of you guys.
Was
Fucking-
royalty coming?
Yeah,
I
you
said
wanna come
yes, but
royalty?
if you don't want,
Yeah,
to,
royalty would help you get into the nursing home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Marker, please don't break into anything while we're gone. Agent Gregory, touch computers at your own risk.
be
Will
nice.
do. I'm watching.
I mean, the
more
rest of you can go to Morgan too. I mean, you can talk your way. I'm not gonna
I do not want Marker and Gregory to go to Morgan. That would probably end with.
That's
them
their
shooting
choice.
them.
You're no one's in control. You're all.
You're right,
Yeah. You're the
I mean,
firefighter, by the way. They have more credentials than you.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
The volunteer
I am
firefighters.
feeling
I'm
you're
sorry,
being a bit
Deputy
ordering
U.S.
people
Marshal.
around.
You cannot do this. Yeah, I'm a firefighter.
Hey.
I know these things. Yeah.
I mean, I'm an SA, so I don't think I have more.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you-
exactly. Yeah. All right.
I'm
I
the
mean-
bottom rung of this fucking line.
All right. So Dr. Royalty and Masuda are going to Amber. Is that right? Is anybody else going?
Yeah, I know. Hopper's going.
Okay. So the three of you go. It's.
I'll drive.
Yeah.
We got sent marker. We got sent in the penalty box. We
Yeah,
have to look through
I'm gonna read
documents.
I'm gonna read the scanned parts. The scanned parts I'm gonna read in the meantime while they are there.
Yeah.
Marker's
We'll
like, I'm gonna
we'll get
break
you
into
next.
something just to
Yeah.
spite them.
You get to Pleasant Glades, assisted living, and you don't have to roll to see Amber. But what justification are you doing? Are you distant relatives? Are you studying dementia patients? Or what?
Studying dementia patients,
All right.
and
Yeah.
that's like research is a very valid option.
So Dr. Martin is like, oh, good. Yeah, you've heard about him, Amber. Yeah, she's a real interesting case. I'm not surprised you'd want to talk to her before making her a case study. Yeah, she's right this way. And she is an older woman. According to her record, she's 87. But she, when you look there, Dr. Royalty, you were shocked. She looks no older than 70. And she is looking out the window and is just kind of sunning herself with a very pleasant expression on her face. And she says, oh, visitors, without turning. I don't have visitors very often.
Greetings. My name is. I'll give like an introductory spiel with fake names and all that, or real names if that's those.
You
were
have
names.
to use your real name in
Yeah,
order to.
I have to use my own real name.
Yeah.
The others, and
Yeah.
whatever. And we had some questions about your time in the, rather I and some of my associates have some questions around your time and experiences in the Cassiopeia artist colony, and would love to, hear you chat about it.
Oh. She just looks at you with like a delighted smile. Oh.
That's not good.
I've dreamed of this morning so often. I knew you would come one day. I'm so happy. It's you must find it's you. She gets up and stands up and she looks directly at your Dr. Royalty, and she puts her hand on your shoulder. Go to the temple. You will find all that you need. I left it there for you, Dr. Royalty. I left it for you. I dreamed of meeting you, and I know you will be embraced. And I'll see you again on the beach. And the light goes out from her eyes, and she collapses in front of you. Everyone, give me a sand check.
Yeah.
For unnatural.
I am surprisingly fine with this.
1 sand.
I'm great.
1 sand.
I failed.
All right, that is 3 sand. All right, the nurses and other people rush in. The other doctor had just introduced you, so he's still in the room. He's not handling it well. I mean, he was just bad. She was so healthy. She had a body. She's like 20 years younger. What is she talking to? She always talk. He's just kind of babbling.
Sudden psychosis can strike, indeed, quite suddenly and trigger brain hemorrhages.
I thought she's going to tell you about the beach again. She loves talking about the beach. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to chalk this down onto supernatural stuff and just do damage control while my comrades can. I can indicate that, this is going to take a bit. You might want to leave and go to something else.
Meanwhile, Agent Gregory and Marker. Let's see here. So the rest of you spend the next hour excusing yourself and getting the fuck out.
And asking for more context. Like, has she ever spoken about the temple before, or?
No. Oh, yeah. Well, if you want to stay and interview the orderlies and nurses, that'll be a separate thing. So yeah, that'll
probably be a Dr. Royalty thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of you can do that. Like, so we'll come back to you. Yeah. So
I'm just there for an overall humans roll.
Okay. Yeah. You can give me a human check on her before she died. Yeah.
Oh, critical success.
Okay. Give me a sand check.
Yay!
I'll just roll my human roll as well to see if I need to.
Oh, critical success on my sand check.
All
Look
right.
at that.
I actually make my human roll, which is rare.
She recognized all of you. That was rehearsed. She's been through that meeting with you 1,000 times over. And she foresaw this.
I also passed the sand check. Not crit success though.
And they she is operating on a vision that time was not straight for her. Like she saw the future. She knew you would be here. She knew this would happen, and she was waiting for you specifically, to tell you to go to the temple.
It's a fucking temple.
Well, that is a question. So they interviewing the people there. She never mentioned a temple before. She would mention a beach, and everyone would go to the beach sooner or later. And she was in love with it, and she would, if given drawing and art supplies, she seemed quite cognizant and rational. She was classified as dementia because she had strange affect and reactions to certain things. A patient, all of them have this story of her, sitting, looking to the east. She always looked to the east. She always knew which direction was east, which was weird. But a patient slipped and cracked her head on a table, and she watched very calmly, and no one else was in the room, and watched her die, and then took some of her blood and painted on the wall a little blood mural of a beach. And so that's why
literal fuck.
And that's why she was categorized. She would never be violent with people, but like she would just say odd things and just freak the hell out of people at times. And she didn't seem to age past a certain point. So
yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do any kind of like what do you call them, abduction? No.
Yeah. So
how she died, essentially. I don't
autopsy.
think we need to do autopsy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to do that. It's just weird supernatural shit, and let's figure out where it leads.
All right. So meanwhile, Agent Marker, what are you going to be doing?
I'm gonna be reading the half-scanned pages.
Which pages?
The scanned one from.
Oh, the scan. Yeah. So you're looking through the diary. I sort of gave you the overall notes. Like, what question do you want to answer by reading these pages more closely?
I mean, I would like to find about what kind of what could have triggered it. Like the handler said that he asked for Necronomicon and one other book that I don't remember the name now.
Oh, Liber Avanus and Necronomicon. Yeah, that's not in this part. You only have the first 80% of the book. It seems the interviews with some of the people were in the part that you did not have access to, the unscanned part. So all the Delta Green shit is in the end of the book, and you don't have that. So.
Well, before I find out that they probably gonna come back.
Yeah. All right. So, Agent Gregory, what do you want to be doing while they're at the nursing home?
I'm just curious if there's the economics on Steven's side. If we can like casually push him away from this, like, hey, maybe there's another thing you can be obsessed about.
Yeah, that's pretty open ended. I can't really.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I am not sure because the rest of the things are physical things.
Sure, that's fair. All right, so you can just have a long lunch as you wait for as your team comes back, looking a little weird after the trip to the nursing home for some weird reason.
I mean, you can also be reading the scan like you could have copied it and looking for something else on it.
I could also be.
Just ask a question and you can.
Because the source of the gold is completely known. Well,
that would be investigating Samantha Bauer. She was the goldsmith.
I do have an 40 in occult.
Okay.
I don't know if like gold rituals, gold markings, that sort of thing, if that's an element to go down.
You don't really have enough to focus that. I mean, there's obviously a lot of occult links with gold, obviously, like alchemy, philosopher's stone and stuff like that. But like, that's such a broad question at this point. You don't have something to narrow it in to.
Probably the second.
Ross,
yeah.
If we fill him in on what we found from the was it Amanda?
Yeah.
Like what she said about the sea and the temple and the dreams, would that help him? Like maybe tie this or give us another lead if he used a cult?
That it's still pretty vague at this point. I mean, it gives you a little more information. You could ask the handler for context, or you could, if any of you have unnatural, I'll give you a natural plus 20.
I do have unnatural at 10.
Okay.
Good.
My sanity was in the pits already, so let's have fun. 24 out of 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
These are very broad terms, but like with your knowledge of the unnatural, one of the things Delta Green knows a lot about is a
certain set of fish and or peoples.
There are a lot of things about dreaming of the ocean, dreaming of the sea, especially with artists. and other sensitive people. So this fits a broader pattern of activity. So yeah, you don't know the exact vector, but this does correlate to
a Delta Green thing.
Delta Green thing. You made your success roll, so you know a keyword to look up or to ask your handler, and that is Innsmouth.
Okay. I'll wait for everyone else before I send a keyword.
Well, the three of you get back at your new base, and you can have that conversation now.
Well, I'm very afraid that we are dealing with an actual elephant. I do not believe, just for reference, in predestination. I have had cases where things have gone weird-ish from people's beliefs. But this seems to be a case of something supernatural affecting a person, and they then changing and eventually dying of it.
I'm going to tell you right now that when she said that she dreamed of us and she knew you and she'd done that she was not lying. She was telling the truth. So predestination or whatever, she had that conversation 100 times.
I think you guys are buying too much into a crazy old lady's bullshit. I mean, she was nuts.
Hey, don't you have some fires to put out?
I don't know. We haven't tried to fucking do anything yet.
Well, we didn't let Agent Marker leave.
Hey, I was here all the time.
Okay. You're thinking?
If we want, I know a little bit that might be similar to this. I can press the handler for more information. We can send over the book that has been scanned so far, and I think it might correlate to a town nearby.
Yeah, you should definitely check with him to see what he wants us to do.
Okay.
Our little boy as well.
Yep.
Little buddy Steven.
All right.
Okay. You send this information, what you've gathered. You mentioned Innsmouth.
Yep.
And you get a call on your phone.
Speaker.
Yeah. Am I on speaker?
Yes, you are.
Is everyone here?
Agent Gregory is here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So my understanding is you only have a partial scan of the book. You do not have the last section of the book.
That is correct.
Correct.
Your new priorities now: 1, investigate Samantha Bauer and the source of the gold that she used to make these rings. Your intelligence indicates that he is going to have a meeting tomorrow morning with Miskatonic University, where he will be bringing the diary. You have the address of the his Airbnb. You ideally should get the I'm discussing this with other things, whether he should be we do not want to act too hastily at this point because he's already alerted local authorities. He's already you've already raised his suspicion. I'll find out what's in the last of that book and make sure it doesn't come back to us.
Yes, but didn't we prevent the alertion of the local authorities?
Well, it's only a matter of time before he contacts them again and does a follow-up with that, and they will it's mitigated to a degree, but there's still now evidence, a trail that you were, there. And certainly it will change his behavior. So you really maybe that's not even the solution here. Maybe it's just finding out what this temple is and finding that out. So he
can we get access to
actually, you know what? We'll let him have the meeting. Our contact can bug the meeting and find out what he has to say to the university. So that will be less obtrusive than your direct action. We need to focus on Samantha Bauer and the source of her gold.
Can we get access to the book in the Miskatonic University relating to the temple?
Absolutely.
We don't know. There is a relation even.
You are not cleared for any of the keywords. You're not cleared for any of those books. You need to know basis. You do not need to know that. So
we're investigating the thing that
find out where Samantha Bauer got the gold.
Okay.
He hangs up.
Okay. Guys, maybe we should go check out the warehouse again and look for the Innsmouth rappers on the Innsmouth if we know something about it.
You were given direct orders, so you can do it. What do you want to do?
I have a theory, but it's so wild I don't actually want to act on it. So unless we
do you want to share it?
Well,
we're gonna break into Samantha's home.
Samantha gazing off into the
Samantha's
east.
dead. But yeah, she died years ago.
We know her room. We know the rough location she was gazing off to. We have another surviving artist,
Morgan Cochran.
Yes, and if those two lines cross, if they're both staring at the same position, we should be able to get a rough area.
Just pointing at a place on the map.
It's wild.
I mean,
that's
did
why
we ever
I say
look
these
up
things.
where Cassiopeia
Supernatural
was?
stuff seldom makes sense.
It's in Craigsmore, New York. It's in the middle of the state.
Was that east of where
no.
Amber was?
Nope.
Okay.
No, it's not near the sea either.
It's to the east. Amber was looking towards the ocean, as far as you can tell.
I didn't know if she was west of it or something.
No,
but it's
so
like,
we could.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, like it could also be that if we go to Morgan, they might be more specific on where the temple is. Like we're being
and we could ask specifically for that, right? We didn't know about the temple before. If we ask him, "Hey, we're here,"
super suspicious that I go to two specific people in a certain case and they both drop dead. So
no one knows that this is that they're related at this point.
No one's following this.
So we could lean into this. We could lean into this and say that we're here because we know you're going to tell us the location of the temple, and if he's dreamed of this, he might just tell us. It's just a thought.
My other thought is we got to get the rest of the book. We know where and when our boy Steven's going to be, and he's bringing it to the meeting, and he's going to be coming into Grand Central and moving through Times Square in the subway system, which is incredibly dense and filled with people. I think we have somebody there.
That said,
he didn't say only Gregory face. He knows all of our other faces.
You can wear a face mask.
Another element is he finished scanning the book, right?
Yep.
We can just go in after he leaves and get the rest of the scans.
Well, I don't want to get shot by
that veteran is there.
Oh, yeah.
Also, all of those specific things that you failed to hack the last time.
Oops.
All right. Yeah.
I think it's a lot easier to bump into him in a crowded 6-train platform.
Yes.
Oh, just sticky fingers. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting anything.
But he needs that for the meeting. So if we want to interrupt that when he's going to be tapped there, we should do that after he leaves.
After, yeah.
Also, we could not necessarily need to be all 5 for that. Less is actually
probably
better.
Just a team of 2.
I mean, he saw my face in the camera, so he's gonna recognize me instantly. So I'm out.
I mean, just wear a face mask. Wear a COVID mask. It's fine. Everybody does it. A lot of people do on the subway.
All right. So what's the plan? What are y'all wanting to actually do?
Well, I wanted to go for the wild moonshot if we don't have any other leads on Samantha.
You haven't even begun to investigate Samantha.
Yeah, so let's maybe do that first, and then I can visit who was it, Morgan, if we get stuck.
Yeah.
I do think we should try and steal the stuff from this guy, but I don't have the skills to do it. But I'm happy to be a secondary for anybody who does.
All right. Well, let's do one thing at a time. So researching Samantha. What skill do you want to use for that?
Gregory can do computer touchings.
Okay. All right.
And I failed. That's an 85. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dicebot hates you. Like,
That is
Dicebot does not like
terrible.
you.
Yeah, 85. I mean, it's a regular failure. You get something. Samantha Bauer is died 10 years ago, and she is a noted artist for her that was very active in the 60s and 70s. Has a small collection, and she was a failure. Yeah, there is a collection of her letters and her work at a regional art museum that preserves the work of New York artists. So there's a small,
Probably in Beacon.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. But that's all you get with a failure. So you just Google around, search around, and find that, and that's about it. Dr. Royalty, were you also researching Samantha?
I can do bureaucracy or
bureaucracy,
medicine or whatever is appropriate.
Well, it depends on what bureaucracy would be, standard info about her.
Records, yeah.
Well,
that's
yeah,
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I succeed, 40 under 50.
So she has family in the area. She has a living daughter, and she has, you don't have to make a medicine check, but yeah, she died in a nursing home. She had dementia, and but yeah, she has living family in the area, and some with the standard bureaucracy, some of her work has been sold at auction. You get photos of it, there is a distinct difference between her early stuff and her later stuff. Her early stuff is Art Deco, machine-like, elegant, symmetrical. And her later stuff, there's not as much of it, but it's more in demand. It's more flowing. It's more organic. Golden octopuses and golden coral with little jewels. And that's much more in demand, but there's not much of it. It's noted for its strange light. It's some sort of gold alloy, and nobody knows exactly what she mixed it with to give it that lustrous appearance, lighter than usual in the later period stuff.
All right, so where did she get her gold? Because the gold clearly changed.
Yeah, that's true. So with your standard bureaucracy check, you realize her papers, it would be in her personal work papers, not in something you can access with a computer. So they'd either be at the art museum or with family papers left with her daughter. So Elizabeth Bauer is her daughter, and you can go to the Beacon Art Museum and dig through those archives. Either one would probably reveal a source. So is anybody else wanting to look up anything on Samantha, answer a question about her? All right. So you have that information. That doesn't take you a little while. So what do you want to do for the rest of the day? Do you want to go to the museum or go to Elizabeth Bauer, or do you want to grab the book, take two? Yeah.
I'm keen on the museum, since that seems to be less impersonal, getting into somebody's family business type deal.
Sure. Yeah, you go to the museum. They have hours, and they don't. It's not as guarded as the Miskatonic University. You can just go in and look at the stuff. So, yeah, that would be another.
Pretend to be an art student.
Yeah, bureaucracy, history, even criminology would be enough to read between the lines.
It's on display. Can't you just pay?
Well, no, it's her papers.
I got you.
I could try persuade or psychotherapy if it's related to her.
No, you have access. It's finding the relevant information in her papers.
Okay. I guess bureaucracy then.
Yeah. This is all just reading lots of documents. All right.
58 out of 50.
Yeah, you cannot. There's not a whole lot of financial information that you can find about where she bought her gold or where she got it. So
I am going to have to approach the family.
Yep. So is anybody else wanting to work this from the other side, or what's what's the next action?
I'm going to go with royalty to the family.
Okay. All right, so you two are heading to the family. Masuda.
Margaret, are you? Do you want to do the grab or no? If you don't want to, that's totally fine.
I mean, I want to go to the warehouse of the green box of CLP and look for stuff there, like information.
Okay, sure.
All
right,
Sure, yeah, I'll do that too.
All right, so you two go to the warehouse, start digging through boxes. Agent Gregory. All right, Gregory's is taking some personal time.
Sorry.
No, no worries.
All right.
Well, actually, why don't we take a quick little bio break, and I'll get some more water, and we'll be right back.
I need more drink. I'm sorry.
And I need a buy break as well, so be right back.
right back.
So what is the grab while they're gone? What? So you're gonna grab him at the at a metro stop? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I tried to tell Dicebot that I'm sorry, but Dice Parser is like I just did /r I'm sorry Dicebot, and it is now in the thinking phase.
I saw that. I wondered what that was.
I just thought, yeah. So I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna, if I have complete. Okay, so I still can roll dice. Okay, cool. That's what I was worried about.
So real quick, so was the plan to grab? Was that to grab Steven at the at the metro stop or at the train station?
What's up? What's happening?
So there was there was a plan to grab Steven. I think somebody just asked about it. Hey, do you want to be a part of the grab?
Oh yeah, no.
Is that at the metro stop?
Yeah. So if he's coming from Peekskill, all the trains feed into Grand Central. And then if he's going somewhere from there, he has to probably take the subway, and it's super crowded there. So my thought was we have a team of two, one person to grab the bag, one person for security, get in the way if something happens. Person grabs the bag, makes out, the other person observes or intervenes to help them get away, and also gets away. And then we have all the assets we need. We can make a determination, and he can move forward with his investigation.
All right, so it sounds like you're wanting to make a play.
I don't have any skills. I don't have any skills for that. But
yeah, I have a good idea. I can't do it.
I have a great idea, but I can't do it.
You're the idea guy of the group. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that would be criminology, probably. I think
criminology is all. It's not like field stuff. I've allowed it for lock picking, but that's about it. But like not snatch and grab is definitely like. Well, it depends on how you want to do it. Yeah, athletics, even unarmed. And stealth would be your main things. Yeah, stealth would obviously be the biggest one. So yeah, if you want to make a play for the bag or for the book on the subway, you certainly can. But
on the platform.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I have 19 stealth, so I can try it.
You have a 90?
Yep, I got hard experience that allows you to get plus 10% to skills.
Hell.
You put it in. You're just a god and speak. Okay.
Yeah.
I am Ninja Mal from my roles.
Not so much with the disguise, but other than that, yeah. So
just wear a face mask.
All right. So
you want to do that, Trushi?
I mean, that sounds like a good plan then.
Okay. Both of you
I'll cover you.
Okay, so the two of you are at the platform. Give me alertness checks to spot them in the crowd.
Okay.
And there goes our plan. Hey, I made it.
Okay.
I made it too.
All right, yeah, you both spot him. You signal to each other, and yeah, Agent Marker, he will get an alertness off of you, so this is going to be an opposed roll. So go ahead, and I'll use dice spot
We're both
too.
wearing face masks.
Yeah. All right, so go ahead and roll. Okay, he failed his roll, so
yeah. I have 38 under 19, so
okay, yeah, you get up to him. And his bag, he's carrying a messenger bag slung over his shoulder. So you need to give me one more opposed check to. So you're next to him, but now you need to get the book out of the bag. So I'll let you use stealth again, and so this will be one more opposed
Just take
check.
the whole fucking bag.
Really? 92?
All right. All right. Yeah, he grabs his bag. He's very paranoid for some reason. And you look kind of familiar even with the face mask. So
Can I as this is happening, I've
Mhm.
got like a ball cap on, I've got sunglasses indoors, I've
Mhm.
got a black face mask. Can I have been like kind of moseying over there and just
Sure.
punch him in the face?
Yeah, unarmed
Oh,
plus 20.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's a fucking wiry little academic.
Yeah.
God damn it! I got a 95 over 60.
All right, you
That's not-
swing and miss, and even with plus 20 bonus, it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, as he's fidgeting wildly, however, that does distract him. Marker, you can give me one more stealth check to pull the bag off of him, or pull the book out of the bag. All
Holy
right.
fuck, 98.
All right, you two need to
God damn
run. Both of you need to. I mean, yeah, you have to escalate or flee at this point.
It's not worth it. Get out.
We need this. This is one of our fucking.
You were told not to do this. Actually, remember, you were told he was going to let him go to the meeting, so your
I mean,
contact
we wanted
get
to do
bugged.
it after the
we
meeting.
were doing this on the
After
way
the
back.
meeting.
On the way back. Oh, when he was on after the meeting.
Yeah, because
Oh.
I did point that out.
because there's a choke point.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I thought you were doing it before the meeting. Okay, so
No,
you
no,
need
no.
to wait, and you'll get the report on the meeting before you actually do any of this. So, like, let's rewind this and say this
Okay.
didn't happen.
But
because-
Ross, we wasted 2 perfectly good, dreadful fucking rolls.
you know what? You both have horrible dreams. Give me Sandcheck.
You know what? That tracks.
Yeah, you have
You
nightmares
wake up
about getting
sweating,
arrested.
nightmares about failing.
Yeah.
I failed mine.
All right, you lose one sand
I'll take
as
one.
you wake
yes,
up
please.
having horrible anxiety about meeting
This exact situation.
The words of Dr. Royalty. There is no
It was all a
predestination ring
dream.
in your head.
All right, what were you doing in the warehouse? What were you looking up in the warehouse, by the way? Since we rewind that.
I wanted to look up information about Innsmouth.
Okay, yeah, give me a bureaucracy check.
Can I see if I can find anything about where the gold is from?
Not in the Delta Green warehouse.
My God.
You'd have to go talk to her. Well, I think Royalty and Hopper were gonna go talk to her.
No,
friend.
I
That
want to
be
dig
honest.
around.
That
Okay.
would be searcher or bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy to really interpret this stuff.
So I
yeah.
critically fail.
Okay.
Oh.
God damn it. Can I
One
roll?
night-
All right, Marker. Yeah, it's a dusty warehouse. You cut your hand on a piece of metal shelving. You take 2 damage. Yeah, as one of the shelves sort of buckles. As these old boxes have been here for God knows how long, and they're all sagging under the weight of everything, and the shelf partially collapses, and a piece of metal, slices your hand open. So yeah, you get blood on it, and you get blood on some of these documents, and you cut yourself. So yeah, you need to bandage your hand, and you're not really in the mood to find anything after that. It's going to take hours just to dig these,
Yeah.
stack all these, get all this paper just to in a manageable state, just a pile on the floor. Yeah.
And then now
Can
some
I roll
kind of
search to find weapons?
Sorry, what were you saying, Marker?
now some magical book got my blood on it, so it's gonna activate that.
No, just old police reports about unsolved murders that Delta Green definitely didn't do. So yeah. So who was going to the daughter's house? Was that Hopper and Royalty? Was that right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Knock on the door. Middle-aged woman answers it. Hello?
Hello, my name is blah, blah, blah. And
I don't know. What
we
is
are here-
are you using your real name?
in this case, I don't need to because this is a family and they don't need to have the right records. So I probably will be trying to use a fake identity in this case.
A fake identity in this case. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to make a roll to make up the fake name, but yeah, what's your pitch?
That I'm like a student of the art period and the like psychological from the like medicinal approach of people who create these types of arts and how art can transform over time. And her case was interesting, and I would like to talk to her about her late mother's work.
Okay.
And whether how she ended up changing her style, as it caught my eye.
Okay.
And I've been to this museum, so I can relate what I saw there.
Yeah. Okay. Both of you can tell for free that this is not, you're not the first person to ask about, Samantha. But she's like another one, to a degree. You can give me a human check, and you need to make a persuade check. Yeah.
I fail my human, and I fail my persuade.
Okay. Hopper, do you want to step in?
I do. I want to do I keep losing. I was just copying and pasting. So it's /R.
Yeah. Space 1D100. Yeah. You can't copy and paste. However, once you do it right once, you can hit the up arrow and it'll pull it up again.
Yep.
70. I pass.
Okay. For persuade or human?
For human.
Okay. Human, you can tell that this is a tense subject for her. She obviously had a complicated relationship with her mother. And so that's something to keep in mind. And she's like, I'm sorry. I'm very busy in these. It's sort of a personal matter for me. Not just for casual students. I donated all the papers that I could. There's only really financial records and things like that. So
I mean, financial records can be like lead into other artists of the style and who they were communicating with, and I will try to push again if that's possible. If not, maybe
Hopper, do you have persuade?
I do.
Okay.
It's not great, but I'll give it a shot.
What's your persuade at?
40.
Okay. And what's your persuade at, Royalty?
60.
All right, I'll give you a +20 bonus because Hopper jumps in as your wingman and starts making a case, help you make a case. So yeah, you get a +20 bonus because Hopper's helping.
Yeah, guess what? 82.
Okay. She says, "Look, sorry. Without, I'm sorry. That's sensitive information. I really can't be volunteering this kind of stuff all the time because, things were different back then, right? So yeah, you kind of get the sense that she's angling. She doesn't want this just volunteer. She's used to people people are just used to asking for it for free. She wants compensation. She wants.
Well, that is something we can start dealing with.
So you could either make a bureaucracy check to get some money from Delta Green, or you can
Vanity?
it's one of your bonds. You can just take money, money that you're going to use for one of your bonds, and like, oh well, Lisa needs braces. No, she doesn't. This woman needs a bribe.
Let me do the bureaucracy since I'll probably be the one pulling for my bonds then.
Sure.
93. So that's one of my bonds.
Yep.
Dice spot is here.
Yeah, dice spot is here. All right, so mark off 2 off one of your bonds, and you can bribe her.
All right.
Good. I didn't want to miss a child support payment. That would suck.
All right.
Let me see. Which one is it then? 2. Okay, I'll do with the father because we had something planned together, and oh no, I got to cancel.
Okay. So she with that, making a payment to her, she's like, okay, fine, let's come in. She's has you sit at the kitchen table and takes out a couple boxes of books or boxes of documents. And you can go through here. I'll be in the living room. You cannot, you can take photos of these things, but you can't take them with you.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah. So both of you can give me criminology, bureaucracy checks, history, something like that.
I'll do a criminology check.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'll do bureaucracy. And I will make that one.
Okay.
after a chain of failures.
Yeah.
No, I handily passed my criminology check. I want to fail more so I can improve my skills.
Okay.
I really do. I know that.
So she got this gold from a let's see here. She got this gold. It was stolen gold, and that she got it. And let's see here. She got it. Let's see here. You realize the two of you put it together, and you realize that she bought it from someone, a FBI agent who took it from a raid and kept it secret, and so it was strange gold jewelry, and she smelted it down herself. The agent didn't want to, it was too unique to sell it at a pawn store, and yeah, he didn't say what the raid was, but she, he had it for a long time and wanted to get rid of it. She got it for a song, very, very low price, and the agent was glad to get rid of it. You have a name of the FBI agent,
All right. No, that's certainly interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we then know that she was unlikely to source more. This was her supply of the gold.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened to the gold items she made and stuff? The financials here should also clue us into that.
I mean, what happened was, with her financials, you kind of pinpointed once she made these gold rings to commemorate them as sort of testing out the gold. She used the rest of the gold to make gold jewelry, and she sold some of it to private collectors that were initialed for cash. And then she only bought a bunch of construction materials and for the workshop at Cragsmore.
Is Cragsmore in the direction Amanda was staring?
Nope.
Okay, that's something.
Cragsmore is the artist colony. Yeah. So she spent all, and she stopped, within a year or so of making those gold rings.
Okay, so she never made art in gold after that.
She was institutionalized pretty much a year and a half after she made the gold rings.
And she remained
what
there.
temple can they be? What temple can they be referencing if they were institutionalized so quickly, and there's no records of them building a temple? Do you want to ask the daughter if she knows anything about a temple?
I mean, I could coach it in terms that we'd spoken to one of the other survivors of her group at Cassiopeia Artist Colony, and she mentioned something about a location or a locale or something special to her. So maybe we're thinking maybe they had some kind of special area that they went to or something like that.
Yeah.
So if she's willing to discuss further on about her mother.
Yeah, that's definitely a persuade check, and that's going to be a standard check. That's more sensitive subject.
20. I make this.
Okay. She always referred to work as in religious terms, and so she would go to temple, go to church when she was working. But it took on a different tone after she made those gold rings, and she got in with those people. They were all, I don't know, but yeah, it was that was just a term they used to talk about the workshop.
All right. Thank you very much for that explanation. It gives us some context, and I hope we won't be bothering you anymore. But thank you very much for your time.
Yeah. All right. So you all get the recording of the meeting from your contact. And pretty soon there's a zipped file attached or a document. The Stephen, in order to help impress why he needs access to these books of Miskatonic, gave the PDF scan of his grandfather's diary to the professor at Miskatonic University, and your contact at Miskatonic stole the PDF, copied the PDF, and sent it on to Delta Green. So you don't need to steal the book unless you want to burn it. He talks about how Stephen is telling the professor, this group of people all had a shared psychosis or delusions after they got these rings, and and I can't trace where the gold from it came from, and I don't have the rings to have them tested now. They were tested for radiation, but they weren't. Nothing, must have been something else. But they all started. They built this. My next step is going to go out to this artist colony. It's abandoned now. They went bankrupt about 10 years ago, and they had this thing that they called the temple. It was a workshop that they built out in the middle of the grounds, far away from everybody else. No one else used it, as far as I can tell. So it's just this abandoned building. There's a couple references that apparently they did a lot of murals in there, or it's very artistic. But Steven's just talking about how these artists started using these terms, like Dagon and Hydra, Mother Hydra, and they mentioned these two books, the Liber Abanus and Necronomicon. Apparently someone in New York City had copies that they got to look at, Mr. Alziz, which I haven't been able to find out much information about yet, but Alziz showed them copies of this book. I guess he was a collector or something that really influenced their work. But they all went crazy. And yeah, it's a great story, right? And so I want to get some video of these books to sort of show how it influenced their art. But this shared hallucination, because they all were institutionalized. Maybe they weren't needed to be institutionalized. Maybe they were just ahead of their time. So I'm still unraveling this mystery. So I don't need to research it per se. I just need some shoot some B-roll of it, close-ups of the pages and everything, and make it look real beautiful, really HD stuff, to really illustrate what these artists were doing. Like, what were they doing with this material? What they must have had another copy of it, like this Mr. Alziz, who I don't know who that guy is, and he's has copies of these books. Do you know about? Have you heard of them? There are other copies of the book, and so the was like, well, I don't know. I'd have to look into it. That's very interesting. Your request seems pretty reasonable. I'll have to, of course, run it up there, but this is a very unique perspective. I see. So
we're gonna have to deny all of this.
The what?
Delta Green's just gonna have to say no.
I mean,
also,
who is this Alhisis?
I was gonna say he's out of character. He's saying a lot of flag terms.
Yeah.
Does he get to dissolve in a bathtub now? Is that where this is going? Like,
I mean, we're probably not gonna steal the book from him, but throw him under the train.
But
call from the handler.
Yeah, my grandfather was going to go to this workshop that they built in the middle of nowhere in this artist colony and investigate it and see if maybe that was the contamination. Maybe it wasn't the rings. Maybe when they went to the workshop, because they started building the workshop or soon after they got the rings. So maybe it's that. Maybe there's some fucking toxic waste dump in the middle of nowhere and we need to shut that down. That's causing these vivid hallucinations. So I'm going to go there next week and get some footage of it. So that's Steven talking. So but it's right here. He mentions it right in his diary, and so yeah. Is there anything else you want to know from the meeting? But you have the scan of the book.
Do we forward this information up to the handler?
I mean,
yes.
He can't have that to us.
Great.
Okay. Your handler says, "Well, it appears this workshop is needs to be investigated."
Our own independent investigation confirms this.
Yeah.
Also, we have the source of the gold.
Mhm.
I lay out the details that we discovered from the financial papers of Samantha.
Okay. You have the name of the FBI agent. You both succeeded your role. And yeah, he will. Your handler will look into that. Yeah, he says go to that workshop. Of course, if it had burned down, that would probably be prepared to.
I'm gonna bring my gun.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I was trying to find weapons in the green box. Can I roll for that with search?
Yeah. Sure.
Swear to God, if you give me a flamethrower, Ross.
I'm not,
That's good.
well, now I'm not going to give you a flamethrower.
Well, I failed anyway. I got a 60 under,
All right.
67 under over 60.
Okay, well, yeah, you don't find anything then.
So
you
I
find
have
a crowbar. Yeah,
I have a backup hand. I've got a backup handgun. I can like my my boot gun or that I can lend out. I have two. I'm assuming that I couldn't bring my long rifle on this.
you could bring.
Is that,
you could.
Because, I mean, I have a. Yeah, I've got a Colt M5, and I've got two handguns. I've just got the standard like Marshall stuff.
Yeah,
and I've got a Kevlar vest, the one that goes underneath. But you know, I didn't bring all my super duper armor because that has like stuff all over it.
Yeah. You don't want to be like U.S. Marshal raiding an abandoned building in the middle of upstate New York. Yeah.
No, but I'll be bringing my pistol. I've got a pistol with a laser on it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I guess I'll be bringing a first aid kit.
Sorry, Marker, what were you saying?
I'm gonna show my butt cut to Dr. Royalty while he's talking about the first aid kit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, Dr. Royalty, give me a first aid or medicine check. Marker cut his hand up.
Right, 48 under 50 for. Oh, sorry, no, not 50. It's
Okay.
60 for first aid.
All right, yeah, you fully heal. Your hand bandaged up very well. All right, you can have guns. Hopper, you can have a long gun. That's not too hard to get. You had time to get here. You could have driven. Unless you're all the way on the West Coast. But you know,
no, with the Marshalls, I think I'm like in DC.
Yeah, then that easy drive. Yeah, you could you would just drive way less.
I have no weapons, so I have a crowbar.
Okay, yeah, you have a crowbar.
Wait, no. So, do you have a firearm skill, Heath?
Yes, I do. I have firearms.
Well, I can give you my backup. I can give you my backup gun. It's got 10 plus 1 shots, 1d10.
Yeah,
it's a medium pistol.
Yeah,
it's a medium pistol. It's a Glock 26.
So Cassiopeia Artist Colony is in Cragsmore. It is a beautiful scenery. This is a real artist colony, or was. You can kind of look it up. I should probably artist colony New York.
You can come out.
It's in the Hudson Valley. It's very pretty. And
that fits because that's where all this shit's been so far. I mean, that's where Peekskill is.
Yeah. But it was for the Delta Green. Yeah. It's this kind of scenery. But you look at the map. The Cassiopeia Artist Colony shut down over 10 years ago. It just and it had only been limping along since then for a while. But you have Albert's map in his little diary, and it shows that like there's the main buildings, the main sort of collection of buildings that made up the artist colony, but like this group of 5 went out of their way to go in this place that's sort of away from everything else. And you get the sense, Albert sort of got the sense that like they wanted to be isolated and remote from the artist colony, and after they all left the artist colony for because they were psychotic or had mental breakdowns, no one used this workshop because it was no one's going to walk 30 minutes to go to a workshop over this rocky craggy land when they have perfectly good workshops in the artist colony. They never never needed it. It was going to be wired for electricity, but never got that far. So it's just this unused building, stone walls and wooden roof. And they contracted people to build it, but then decorated themselves. So as far as he knows, nobody used it. And yeah, just kind of in this remote area. There's hiking trails in the area, and there's a town nearby. So people can walk to it from the town and from the hiking trails. But yeah, there's yeah. So what's the game plan?
We don't have a drone operator, so we can surveil the area, do we?
Nice boots, so my ankles don't
No, I
snap.
thought Marker was had a drone. I mean, I have binoculars.
Oh yeah, Marker, do you have a drone?
Nope, but I have acoustic lasers and other stuff that can surveil it.
Well, we could pick up a drone. I mean, they have awesome drones. At
Yeah. I'd allow SIG in for that. For drone.
I'll roll SIG in. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Is this for getting the drone or using the drone?
Just using the drone. You don't have to
Cool.
roll to buy a drone at Best Buy. All right. So you all
60.
Okay. So you all drive to Cragsmore. You can park in the town and go up the hiking trail. It's about an hour's hike from the town to get close to this thing. I assume all 5 of you are here.
Yes.
All right.
Can I just specify that we have green clothing and sufficient hiking gear?
Sure. Yeah.
I'd select green in case we need camouflage.
So it's about 8 a.m. by the time you get there and get the drone running. And you get the drone, you make your check. It's a wooden building, or wooden roof, stone walls. You can tell that there's these stylized pillars on each corner that look vaguely Greek, ancient Greek, like they've been stylized, and there's some faint murals on it that you can't really tell because you're looking above it. The roof is intact. But there's like vines sort of grasping at the side. The door has been ripped open or rotted away. Yeah. What else do you want to? You see it?
Can I roll alertness just to look out for anything unusual?
I mean that you made your check. Like what define unusual?
Checking for booby traps.
Yeah, traps, signs of people having been in there recently. Can I maybe try and see if I can figure out where the workshop is?
That for the work, that is the workshop. That is the building.
Okay, so the whole building's a workshop. Got it.
Yeah. They built a building. They called it a workshop, and nobody knows.
So I guess I'm looking more for like
survival. That would be survival.
Do I have survival? Probably not. No, I do not. I can roll it at base unless somebody else has it.
Nope.
I got it at base.
Yeah.
Rolling it at base.
Okay.
What's I only know death. 67 over 10.
Yeah. Weird. So
we have
how far away? Yeah, how far away are we from the place?
How far away do you want to be? I
asked because I just want to. Look, I've got a long gun. I'm there. I'm just going in.
All right.
I'm going to go in carefully, but I'm going in.
Yeah, okay. I'm ready to move.
Okay.
Do you guys want me to provide Overwatch with the drone, or you?
All right. So
yes.
Wait. All right. So Hopper's going in. Who else is going in? Gregory?
I'm going in.
Okay. Teresa,
you sound a little too happy about that, Ross.
No, I'm just trying to figure out who's going, who's doing what. So like,
I'm taking point.
Okay, we'll go. Everyone's talking about that. I'll just go one at a time. All right, Agent Gregory, what are you doing?
I will be following the lead inside.
Okay, so you're going inside. Dr. Royalty, are you going inside?
I will be the last one inside of the group, but I will go inside.
Okay, Masuda, what are you doing?
I am providing Overwatch with the drone from a concealed position nearby.
Okay. Agent Hopper, you're definitely going inside.
Yeah, I'm going first. I'm taking point.
Okay. Agent Marker, you're also going inside?
Indeed. I'm also going inside right after Hooper.
Okay. All right. So Agent Masuda?
We've got throat mics, etc. So if things go bad, I can go in.
Agent Masuda, you see all 4 of them go inside. And Agent Hopper's leading the way. You can see him like looking, holding the rifle up, and then he steps inside, and then followed by Dr. or Agent Gregory, or Agent Marker probably would be second, and then Dr. Royalty, and then Agent Gregory. They all go in. All right. How long do you wait before you do something?
Can I see? I assume they've got flashlights and stuff. I see their lights on inside.
No. I mean, it's during the day. Yeah, you can see their flashlights. Actually, like there's a door, and you can see that they all walked into it. And there's window. There's not
like it's an old building. There's cracks in the sides. So
yeah. Well, it's actually really well kept. It's actually in really great shape.
Well, we also have throat mics, so I'm keeping in touch with them.
They stopped talking.
Hello?
There's nothing.
So I'd have a light on my gun, so you might see that wink out.
It does not wink out. It is there. Just it is steady. It stops moving.
Oh.
So Agent Masuda, I'll get to all four of you with what you see in a second, but first I need to know what Masuda's doing.
I'm gonna try and contact them for 5 minutes.
All right, you get radio silence.
Radio silence.
Yeah.
Can I send the drone in?
Yeah. Give me a drone check if you're trying to send it into the building.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I use SIGINT for this, or what am I using?
SIGINT, yeah.
Okay. That is critical success. 33 under 60.
Nice.
Right. Give me a sand check.
Yay! That's a failure. 84 over 38.
All right, I'm gonna roll this. Honestly,
Bonk.
this is really bad. That's gonna be 8.
Oh, that's a breaking point.
Oh no!
You can project.
That's also 8 at once, so that's fight or freeze, right?
Mm-hmm.
Project.
You can try and project, or you could
project, but
you can suppress it to not immediately to lose all the sanity, but to still keep your shit on. I think. But yeah, you could project just to reduce the amount you lose.
I'll project on my my dad. Fuck
all right.
Dad.
Roll, yeah, for Father's Day. Great. Yeah.
Right,
all right.
It's 3, so it's still 5.
It's still 5. Yeah, 5 failure freeze.
Freeze.
All right.
He's paralyzed. He doesn't know what to do.
All right. So here's what you see, and we'll cut to the others. What they experience. You expertly pilot the drone inside, and there's a little bit of static that comes on that's really weird. But you see the 4 of them on the ground sleeping, and they're all just passed out. And they're all just on this ground that looks kind of mossy and soft. And then your drone like adjusts for the light, and you realize they're sleeping on this massive pile of bodies. And there's bits of old like sleeping bags and hiking boots and things like that.
God.
And you realize that the floor of this building has entirely rotted through. The wooden floor is entirely rotted through, and there's just this massive pit that has been filled with corpses that are all in sleeping positions, like your friends, or your not friends, but other agents that are now sleeping in there. And you are just like cannot believe that your eyes. So
there's absolutely no idea what to do.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Cut to all 4 of you. Give me sand checks.
All right.
2. I passed.
Okay.
I made mine.
Okay.
I failed.
Okay.
Made it.
It's not quite as bad to fail. Well, it's 4 if you fail.
I'll project.
Yeah. So all of you step through, and there's this kind of like you're walking through and investigating for a little bit, and you're walking on this strange ground that feels kind of squishy, like you're walking on these bogs or marshy, and you all kind of look down, but your vision all sort of like fades to white, like you're all just like it just very quickly, and you just kind of feel kind of weird for a bit, and you kind of lose consciousness. But when you come to, all of you wake up on a beach. And it is sunset. The water is lapping at you. And
check gun?
No gun.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah,
Are
you're
we any swim weird?
and all of you can see each other on the beach, and there are these massive pillars every 100 yards or so, like stone pillars that have moss on them or algae and seaweed, and they're kind of jutting out of the water. This is like low tide, and like part of an ancient city that has fallen into the ocean. And as you are looking around, you can, in the distance, you can hear the call of sea creatures calling out to each other on the surface, like shapes cresting the water and going back down. But it's rather peaceful here, and you can hear and as you're looking around, you can see a younger woman approaching you. She's wearing a white flowing dress, and all of you, those of you who went to the nursing home, recognize Amber.
She said she'd see us again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who is it?
That appears to be Amber.
Oh, I'm gonna greet her. Hey, Amber, how you
younger
doing?
one.
Hello. Oh, I'm so glad. I was waiting so long for you to join us. But we're ready now. We are complete. The vision, we only needed it is symbolic for you to be here. For you, in a sense, your tribe set this in motion. And now that you are here, we can resolve it. So I'm happy now. I wanted to come here for so long, but I had to wait for you to point you in the right direction. Come, we will feast and relax before the ceremonies begin. But yeah,
Are we the feast?
No, you were honored guests.
Look around. Is there a clear, obvious exit?
You're on a beach. There's the ocean on one side, and the beach that you're on, and past the beach towards the land, you can see it's like a beach on the eastern seaboard. There's like little grasses a little further away, and there's a little hill that she came down from the hill to come to you. Now she's going back up and start guiding you. Come, we can rest and you can meet the others.
Amber, while we walk, can you tell us how this came to pass?
Yes. Gifts that were given were stolen and broken down, but these gifts, the thieves and the thieves did not understand the nature of these gifts, and so they broke them. These gifts, but in a sense, they were repurposed into a use not dissimilar to what they could be, and the gifts found their way into the hands of artists, and the artists' gift is that they can understand intuitively things that the others cannot, and through this, the people of the sea were able to establish a new link, because the people of the sea mourned that they gave these gifts to the people of the sea, to the land dwellers, who were friends to their friends, but they lost this. People of the sea lost their friends. Does this make sense?
No.
I'd like to leave.
News to us.
No, you have come here of your own free will. No one forced you through. So you have made your choice to join us. Even if you will understand in time, of course. It'll take some time to adapt. I understand. But preparations are already underway. Yeah. Does anybody else have questions?
Preparations for what?
Well, the ceremony for the rejoining. We have all been dreaming here, but we must rejoin. We have been dreaming of the day we can rejoin the people of the sea. And you are the key.
I do have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Are we no longer amongst the living since we saw you expire and you're here?
Oh, let's see. She, don't you understand? That is not dead which can eternal lie, and with strange eons even death may die.
I'd like to go home. I don't want
Meanwhile, Agent Masuda.
Yeah, they just fucking fell asleep, man. I don't know what to tell you. Immediately calling the
Get a
handler,
long
trying to get
stick
out of
and drag us out, man. Right.
Yeah.
Lasso.
Drop a grenade on us.
Yeah.
You get some like fucking park rangers up here or something. Like, I don't know. It's like a lot of dead bodies in there and shit.
All right, so you're contacting your handler?
Yeah.
Okay. Your handler is obviously highly alarmed. He says, you have a drone though.
Yes.
Can you put a rope on the drone and then attach the rope to one of their feet?
Kidding me? It's one of those little dinky ass quadcopter things. I couldn't pull a fucking toddler with this.
Well, all you need to do is get the rope hooked onto like their foot, and then you could drag one of them out, right?
Are you insane? It's a quadcopter.
No, all it has to do is hook onto a person, then you
and
drag
then
the
brings the rope outside. Fucking goddamn it! Do I have rope?
Yeah, you sure? Of course you have rope. I'm not going to deny you rope in your hour of need.
Enough rope to hang yourself with. I mean,
yeah. The other option.
Kidding me?
The other option is to quarantine the problem.
What do you mean?
Burn the place down.
Do I have the materials to burn it down?
You're a firefighter. If there's anybody who knows how to make a fire, it would be you.
We dead, by the way. Chances are.
Well, we're gonna try some fucking player character ass shit first, because I am a firefighter and I do care about my boys.
Yeah.
So let's.
Are you going to do try the rope thing first?
We'll try the rope first.
All right, Sigint. And with a negative 20.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
This is so fucking stupid. I can't believe this. I made it.
All right. Who are you hooking on? You only I'm
gonna get Marshall Hopper because he had the big gun first.
Okay. Where are you hooking it onto?
His leg.
His leg. Okay. So it's not a great hold. You put the lasso on it. And
well, I'm a firefighter. I know rope tricks. I could probably do one of those things where I can like tighten the knot with like a secondary pull of the rope.
Yeah, it'll tighten as you pull it.
Yeah. All right.
That's how lassos work anyway.
Yeah. So you realize this is going to be really hard to do without you're dragging a man over a period of time. You're probably going to hurt him to a degree.
Or like corpses.
Yeah.
It's not smooth ground.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you made your check. So yeah, you can give me strength times 5 or athletics, whatever's higher.
I will do. Which is higher? Great question, Ross.
Don't crit fail.
Strength times 5 is higher. We'll do that.
You'll make his gum go off.
6 under 70.
All right. Woo! So you start dragging him. Hopper, you feel weird. You feel pain in your leg. And as you're walking up there, as the 4 of you, the 5 of you, with Amanda, crest the hill, you can see 4 other people in white robes at a massive ancient Greek looking table filled with like a feast of fish and kelp and other seafood, and they are chatting with each other. There is a fire blazing nearby, but the sun is getting a little lower. And Hopper, you feel pain in your leg, what are you gonna do?
Well, I don't know if did it stop my forward movement?
No, your leg, it does feel a little weird to walk on it. But yeah.
I'm gonna ignore it.
Okay. So yeah, they're talking to you, and they're explaining that they're just gonna make the last couple of preparations. And that's do any of you want to ask any of the all 5 artists are here, and they're all very happy to see you as the sun gets a little lower in the sky.
What happened to those rings? Do you know where they went?
Oh, well, they opened the way, but we no longer needed them. What happened to them? I think some of our families got them, or they were with us when our bodies perished. It doesn't matter though. Their efficacy, their power was spent on us.
Okay.
I doubt they would work again. Perhaps if all perhaps not. Yeah. Anybody else have a question or want to talk to? Yeah.
Yes. So you would be Clarence Castro. You would be Morgan Cochran. Sorry, we know that. Samantha, Joyce, and Amber, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you all dreamed of this day, correct?
Yes.
Have you dreamed of the day's ending?
We've only had hints. We know the people of the sea will come and claim us and take us with them, so we can be with them forever.
That's very good for you, I presume. But what of us? We are not particularly keen to join with the sea at this moment.
You are. You have the people of the sea. Your tribe attack the people of the sea, but you will be made to see that the people of the sea are the only people here that can actually we have become understood that we are not the custodians of Earth, not the stewards of Earth. We are only mere temporary visitors. We may have been born and evolved on this planet, but there are others with a greater claim, including the people of the sea. You will be better off with the people of the sea than with your own tribe.
Why does it sound like the decision was already made without our consent?
Well,
regardless of that, why do they need us? They are so powerful and much better than us. Why would they want
It is a way to signify to undo the damage that was done when your tribe attacked the people of the sea.
So this is some form of revenge?
It is not revenge. It is to understand you, so that you cannot harm the people of the sea again. And also, we are bestowing this gift onto you so that you will also be spared. The end times are coming. Or they're already here, really. What?
What sort of end times?
Like the end of all,
academically speaking.
All land dwellers.
Things from what?
Well, at that point, Deputy Hopper kind of like you feel incredible pain, Deputy Hopper. Give me another sand check.
All right. Yeah. All right. Doing that now. 34. That's a pass. But I'm going to ask anybody else if they're in pain.
Yeah, you like disappear for a moment and come back, and you feel this excruciating thing is like this immense pressure in your head. And you suddenly flicker out and you can see you're being dragged out of the house, and then you're back on the beach. And you made your sand check?
I did.
All right, you'll just lose 1 sanity. Something's pulling you out of the house, and you can see, and then you're back, and then the artist like, no, you cannot. So meanwhile, Agent Masuda, you're pulling Deputy Hopper out, and one of the bodies in the pit like grabs at Hopper. Give me another strength times 5 check.
Holy shit. Oh, that's nice. 68 under 70, strong as fuck.
Woo!
Deputy Hopper, you take a point of damage as something clips your ear. Yeah, Deputy Hopper vanishes from the beach. At this point, the artists stop talking. We must accelerate things. Were not alone.
I need to understand this. Can't you explain it? I'm trying to distract them.
All right, yeah, roll persuade.
All right.
I'm gonna help him.
Oh, sorry, that's the wrong number.
I'm gonna try to help him do
55. It's a crit success, baby.
Okay, yeah. So you're keeping them at bay, or distracting them a bit. But
Babble at me, psychos.
yeah. So the outside, Masuda and Hopper, there's a crack of thunder overhead.
Wake up, motherfucker!
Kicking
him.
Yeah, you're fully conscious when you're about 10 feet away from, or about 5 feet away from the house, the door.
Oh,
so yeah.
Shit. Well, I'm gonna quickly tell them. Hey, look, that's a portal to another dimension.
Just shut up! I gotta use this fucking drone. Yeah, I get it. We gotta pull them out.
How far in are they?
Everyone stepped inside the house. You were all about equidistance, like about in the middle of the house.
Oh shit. Okay, so I couldn't like snag him with my rifle.
No.
Could he like stand at the door and lasso him?
You don't know. You can try.
Fuck it. I'm
Just
droning.
lasso
I'm
ahead.
using the drone
It's gonna be fine.
Okay. You give me another SIG check.
Minus 20 still there?
Oh yeah.
Still fucking made it. 14 under 40.
All right.
So lucky.
Yeah. So you're
and there's two of us pulling now. So
yeah.
Yep.
So you start feeling rain on your head. By the way, both of you, it's went from sunny to storm in a matter of about 2 minutes. And more thunder. The rain is starting to pitter patter and building up pretty fast. Meanwhile, in the beach, the Gregory, so Dr. Royalty, you're focused on distracting them as much as possible.
Yeah.
Agent Gregory and Agent Marker, you realize there's 5 of them, and he can only talk to 2 people at a time. So they're still concentrating and
Gregory is, if anyone's not paying attention, he's gonna just grab a knife just for safety.
Okay. You grab a knife on the table. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
While they're paying attention to other things.
Sure.
Yeah.
My next Vaporwave album is going to be called Knife Fighting Cultists on the Dream Beach.
Oh.
Very aesthetic.
Yeah. And I'm gonna talk to another. Gonna try to talk to another. Like what? Why? What is going on? That's why.
Okay, you're also gonna try and distract him. Okay, yeah. Give me persuade.
And I fail, obviously, because that's my role today.
All right, they ignore you for this round. So, as you're going in, who are you targeting, Masuda?
I rolled randomly, so I picked number 3, Agent Marker. So
okay. So you're doing that, and that's when one of the bodies reaches up to lurch at the drone.
Well, I'm gonna shoot that body.
Well, you do not have a sight on it. The windows. You don't have a line of sight with that.
How about from the doorway?
If you want to get closer, sure.
No, I just want to be in the doorway, so you not inside the house, but at the doorway.
Right now, I thought you were staying at least 5 feet away from the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's 5 foot. I just didn't know if I could. Okay. So I don't have a line of sight.
Not right now. So I'll say so.
Window?
You can't. It is target. Yeah. Well, hold on. One thing at a time. So you did make your SIG check, so you do get the rope on there. But actually, here's the choice. The body's swatting at it. You can get the rope on Marker's foot, but the corpse is definitely going to get. It'll definitely be in range to swat at the drone. Do you risk it, or are you going to pull back?
Fuck. If I lose the drone, presumably I lose the ability to get everyone else. So I guess I gotta save the drone.
Okay. You pull the drone back. The body, cannot reach it. So you have the drone overhead. So now, Agent Hopper, give me an alertness check to see if you can find a good angle.
All right. /R.
Because you're just kind of running around and looking into this darkened building. Like
Yep,
the roof's
9
still-
under 80.
Okay.
9 under 82.
All right, so you see it. You can shoot at the body. You can basically cover the drone with a -20 firearms check.
All right.
But obviously, if you fail or crit fail, there's a chance you could hit Agent Marker.
Do you want me to roll now or?
Yeah,
Do
roll
it.
now. Yeah, roll now.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I do have a
I'll roll now.
holographic sight on there. So would that just negate the holographic sight?
I would
Minus
say
20?
we'll say it's a -10.
All right. 9. Made it,
Okay.
baby.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So you get the rope on Agent Marker. And this time the body, both of you give me strength ×5 check to try and get Agent Marker out.
$83 over 70. That's a fail.
Harper.
It's coming. 12 under 65.
All right, so Marker, you're in a lot of pain. As you feel like things digging into your sides and your leg being like almost pulled out of its socket. It feels like you don't know what's going on.
Ice cream. The food is poisoned.
Yeah. And the rain outside starts intensifying. And yeah, so basically you realize they have actions based on the number of them, and they can use it to try and interfere with you. But they're you don't know exactly what. Yeah, so that's sort of the big picture view. So Agent Greg, we'll just do this round by round. So you're in a tug of war with the corpse pile to try and get Agent Marker out. And the rest of you, so Agent Gregory, what are you doing inside the Dream Beach?
In the Dream Beach, are they being aggressive yet? Because like one person's already left and there's another person leaving.
They're closing their eyes and focusing. Well, except for the two of them are talking to Dr. Royalty. And the other three have closed their eyes and are focusing on something.
Do they?
Knife fight.
I don't. Yeah. Knife fight would be better. Can I just tackle one of them?
Sure.
Yeah. I've got a 15 athletics. I'm just gonna tackle them, knife up on their throat, just shouting, "Let us out! Let us out!"
Okay. You do so, and they are one of the ones not talking to Dr. Royalty, I assume. Okay. You grab them, put them back to your throat, and it's we'll say Joyce. And Joyce just looks at you and says, "There's other ways to be initiated." And that's when you feel your dozens of hands, you just feel hands grab at you, invisible hands, and they start pulling your skin off.
Stab.
This is why I was talking.
Yeah. So
I've got 10 hit points.
You've got to. Well, this is definitely a lethality attack.
Oh.
So that's 9 damage. So you're down to 1 hit point. So you're unconscious.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Can I roll athletics to get 1 stab in before I'm unconscious?
Yeah, you just stab him. Yeah, go.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah. You stab him. So Joyce is distracted. Then the other one looks at Joyce, and you start. You're just being flayed. All these corpses are ripping your skin off. And
we managed to distract 4 of them 1 round.
Yeah. So the Dr. Royalty, you're focusing on the other 2. Let's see here. Heath and Hopper, you can both give me another strength check.
Oh no. Oh boy.
Oh, I fail mine. 68 out of 65.
48 under 70. I make mine.
Okay. Agent Marker, you are pulled free, but you will take damage as corpses rip at you. Not as many though. Only 2 damage. You were pulled free because they were distracted. Agent Gregory saved you in a sense.
I'm distracting. Hooray.
At this point, though,
do we see through the drone that they're fucking ripping Gregory apart?
Yeah, sure. Give me a sand check now that you asked.
Yay!
That's an agent friend too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is definitely a
That's a
D6.
fail. That's a
Yeah.
fail.
Well,
I
I didn't
passed.
see anything yet.
It's 1 if you make it, 5 if you fail. Yeah.
Woo!
I'm gonna project for sure.
Yeah.
Fuck my dad.
Yeah. And
Do I roll 2 or not? Sanity test when I am recovering now.
sure. Yeah. You can. Yeah. If you failed your sand check. So the 3 of you are out, and Dr. Royalty, I think, is the only. The only one left in there.
Who's conscious at least?
Yeah. Well, no, you're the only one left in there at all. Like, because
Gregory's alive still.
Oh
isn't
yeah,
he?
Gregory's unconscious. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Well, unconscious. How can he be in the realm he's in? Anyway,
Yeah, he just falls asleep in the beach. You can just see blood blossoming all over his body.
ooh, that's
Little
interesting.
strips of
Stop him.
skin gone.
Yeah.
Should I be maybe
Probably
rolling
like you're
sand for that?
underwater.
Sure.
or-
So
That's
100.
so that's 6 sand. Yeah.
I'm gonna project
Oh
again.
no!
Yeah.
Oh.
3.
Hey,
Okay, that's
all right.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
I'm not
Isn't,
afraid.
isn't
I
a
hate
crit
to do
spell
this,
max
but-
sand damage?
yeah.
I hate to do this, but we might want to cut our losses here.
So the drone can no longer fly. The drone is immediately, as soon as it exits. Well, actually, yeah, you have to pull the rope out and reattach it to the drone. And the problem is now the rain is too heavy to have the drone fly. It can't make it from outside to inside the building because the rain is now. You're just in this very bad storm. Visibility is very bad. Like it's just pouring. You can hear lightning overhead, thunder. It's cold frigid rain, just this unnatural storm, and the water is actually getting higher around your feet. And inside you can just feel the water welling up, filling up the pit of corpses. And so
Guys, you want me to put a rope on me and I grab the foot of Dr. Royalty and you pull out us both?
No, you're already out. You're fully out, Marker.
No,
Like,
he's
yeah.
suggesting we tie a rope to his leg.
He
and then
leaps in
runs
to
and
grab me
grabs
and
them.
then
yeah,
Oh,
pull out
okay.
again.
pull him out.
That's yeah. All right, you're
Marker, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm down to try that, but if you get stuck in there, we're burning this building down and you're gonna die. Are you okay with that?
You can start a fire in the rain?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, you can.
Okay, then sure. Sounds good.
Okay. Well, hold on. First on the beach, Dr. Roy, they eventually stopped talking to you. Like, we cannot reason with you. Your crit success is worn off at this point.
All right.
So they're like, we had to move things up. Your other members of your tribe, you see, they're already fighting us when we're trying to help you to become immortal, to live in peace under the oceans. To save you from the extinction that is coming to everything on the land.
Then couldn't we save more?
We can only save the worthy. The people of the sea can only. They tried to save them, and then we tried with the friends, and that led to your tribe destroying.
So I'm imagining to keep them talking or not.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Give me another persuade check. Yeah.
36 under 60.
All right, one of them is talking to you. The other 4 are all focused on the outside now.
God damn it.
So yeah. Yeah.
So Masuda, do you have demolitions?
No, but I'm a firefighter, so I'm allowed.
I thought you did.
No, I do have
checked your
demolitions.
sheet.
I have demolitions at 60. Yeah,
Okay.
I demolish
Yeah.
things all day.
Would it be reasonable to think that he brought some incendiary devices or even a small explosive device, since he has a demolition?
I was
skill of
thinking I'd
60?
just have like gas based on what Ross
Yeah,
said.
it would just be gas. Like, it would not be.
Okay.
But
That's good
you know.
enough.
Yeah.
shit'll burn up.
So yeah, that's the problem. Getting close enough to set the building on fire because it's a stone walls. The roof is wooden, but the outer roof is soaked with water.
But we broke a window. So my thought is basically we probably have
Throw it in, shoot it up.
Well,
that's
shooting
not
it won't work. Yeah.
It won't necessarily. No.
Yeah.
I would use strips of clothing probably,
Mhm.
and make sort of like a little rope around it, douse it in gasoline.
The
And
wooden
then-
floor is mostly rotted away for the corpse pile that takes up most of this room or most of the workshop. It's just a one-room building, and it was just meant as this big, it's really a temple, to
Right.
The dreamer, whoever that is. So yeah, give me a demolition check to figure out how to do this.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of
31 under 60. That's a make.
Okay. So yeah, the water is rushing into the building itself, and the driest thing are going to be the ceiling. Is going to be the roof, right? Like the inner roof where it's inside where it's still dry, and that's obviously the hardest thing to get on fire because of the nature of this thing. So if you start a smaller fire, throwing those cloth strips in, maybe that'll distract them, so someone get closer to shoot it, or you shoot through the roof to get inside. It's going to be really tough to do this quickly, but you did succeed. So maybe starting a smaller fire will help distract them, so you can set the larger fire in ideally. You can get the cloth strips, put gasoline on them set them on, light them up, and throw them in. If all of you are focused on that, you can all do that.
Even if their clothes are wet, they should still catch fire. Because, like you said, there was a lot of like the other thing is, like, even though the rain is seeping through, probably fire's down. There's some stuff that's dry.
Yeah,
this is a really morbid thing to be thinking about.
Yeah.
And then I think Trushi was saying he was down with the possibility of dying if it meant he could save our comrades. So is this like we can only do one or the other, or what?
Well, it's up to you. Yeah. What's the plan? It looks like the corpse pit is filling up with water. You're getting flash flood territory with this unnatural storm.
I think if we take too long, we might not be able to stop this. So we've got to focus on stopping this.
Yeah.
We gotta set the fire then.
Okay. So all of you get cloth strips. You're holding up your jackets to give him something, something that's not going to get rained on. And you can rip up the cloth strips and pour gasoline on them, light them up, and then toss them through the broken window with athletics checks. So the other three of you can do that while Masuda hands you the flaming strips of cloth.
Is a string ×5 or con ×5 applicable?
No, this is athletics. This is dexterity. This is like throwing a small cloth bundle that's on fire through a broken window.
Yeah. All right, I failed mine.
Pass 10 under 60 for athletics.
Okay.
And 65 over 50. I fail.
Okay.
2 fails and 1 pass.
2 fails, 1 pass. All right. Some of the floorboards around the edges, start smoldering, start burning a little, and at this point, the building starts. You hear this deep sound, rumbling sound coming from the ground, and this blackened. It looks like a liquid mass erupt out from the door, or sort of. But you realize,
God,
it's all of these. To your horror, you realize this is a place that homeless people and hikers and travelers and wanderers have look here, an abandoned building. I could sleep here for the night. For the last 50 years, have gone here and just never awoken. And so there's 50 years of bodies in here as a semi-liquid congealed mass. And they are all rising up as one fluid entity.
Is Gregory in the mass?
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah.
Do I wake up or not?
So Gregory, you're in a temple now, in an actual ancient Greek temple. There are dozens of people in white robes surrounding you. The temple's underwater, but you can breathe. It's fine. How is Gregory reacting to this?
Screaming.
You know what? Fair.
Yeah. Just let me out. Go away.
Give me a power ×5 roll.
Oh boy. Okay. That's a 60. So maybe 51 out of 60. So I do succeed.
Okay, so you're able to resist the hive mind the hive mind is trying to absorb your consciousness, your psyche into itself, and it's it's a lot more powerful than you are, but you're able to resist it. So you could use it to gain consciousness briefly, or you could try and hurt it, or you could try and learn more about it. Like what is your instinct now that you have some agency? Yeah.
Can I have it? Am I able to see that I'm a part of a large mass attacking the party?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'd like to make the mass go turn around or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The
right,
direct away, basically.
So yeah, you realize this whole thing was created to transport this to the ocean. This was going to go into a nearby river that goes out to sea.
Okay.
So you're like, go home, and it will go home. So Dr. Royalty, also give me power times 5.
All right. 17 under
All right.
60.
Yeah. You're also realizing that you're connected to this hive mind gestalt entity. And you what is your reaction to it?
Yeah, I don't want that.
Okay.
Is there any way I can use that connection to, sneak towards the outer layer of this thing?
So you realize it's trying to absorb your mind, but if you make your mind you realize it'll spit out poison, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't know how, but you could, if you psychically hurt yourself,
I can
you
think bad thoughts.
You can think bad thoughts. Yeah.
Full of Sonic fan fiction.
With all of my psychotherapy powers, I can think bad thoughts.
You can give yourself a psychotic break.
I knew you would die on a fake beach.
Happy Father's Day.
No, this is not a sand check. This is like how much sand you'd lose.
All right.
So it is 17 sand. If you want to eat that, it'll eject you.
All right.
As you realize there's something darker in there. You're basically touching the live wire of the inhuman intelligence behind all of this. And by accessing higher realms of consciousness that you're not able to equip, you can basically hurt yourself and it and be ejected from it.
I mean, I would like to,
You can project, sure.
No, I think this would be suppress.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you lose the D4 to a bond, and you could still remain rational. So I'm just
gonna have a very bad conversation with my father.
So
about
you start out having you throw the fire in there that triggers the corpse pile hive minds final move to take root and move as a semi-liquid mass out of the building towards the river, but it ejects Dr. Royalty,
and then it just chucks me.
It's the second time I'm going to use this image of this game.
Yeah, all the rest of you give me a sand check because holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, I have that primed.
Gone. Yeah.
60 over 59.
Critical success.
51 over 30.
All right. That is only 2 if you fail. Rolled low, yeah. You've already seen so much other fucked up shit. So
second breaking point.
Yeah. But yeah, you can't really. I mean, it's a big mass, liquidy, wet mass of corpses. With Gregory in it, and it's going down to the river, and the storm is picking up even further. So you can shoot at it.
That's all I can think of to do.
Yeah. You're firing into its mass.
Yeah, if I could use the oh shit, the Colt M5 doesn't have lethality.
Yeah.
Or does it?
Every
Yeah,
assault
so
does.
I think it's at 10%. Yeah.
Yeah. The bullets plink into the mass. This is something that is okay.
I crit failed.
Okay.
You hit Gregor.
Yeah, you hit Gregor. Yeah, give me another sand shake. You killed your own agent.
Is this the 5th crit fail of the game or the 6th? I've lost track.
Ross,
So
yeah.
So I had 2 crit successes in a row, but
yeah,
no longer.
No longer. Yeah.
I do have a quick request.
Yeah, no, that is the 3rd or 4th 100 we've rolled.
Yeah, sorry, Agent Gregor, I think you had a question.
Yeah.
Oh, 33 crit success on killing him.
I'd like to give myself into the I realize that I have 1 hit point.
Yeah.
I'd like to just give into the
yeah, you're
the
absorbed
hive
into
mind.
the mass. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not making out of this either way.
No, you're not.
Oh, I think I just shredded you with bullets.
Yeah, it
but
don't
Hopper
matter.
thinks he put you
It's
out of
conscious.
your misery.
Even
His
death,
consciousness is still there.
even death may
doesn't really
die.
protect.
Yeah, even death may die. So all of you see the mass go into you lose sight of it in the rain, in the storm. Your bullets it's immune to bullets. They just pass through it. I mean, it's high explosives, and a flamethrower would probably actually work really well on it, but you don't have a flamethrower, and you don't have high explosives, and it's gone. With Agent Gregory with it, Marker, you're still there. Yeah, Royalty. Yeah, you're all. The rest of you are still there, but
I am awake. I'm covered in corpse juices.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting to my feet, staring off into the distance after the thing.
Cold and wet.
Yeah.
So, what?
Looking at the others,
guys.
Yeah. So yeah, you just have to leave at this point. Like,
I'm gonna look around and go, success? Was this success?
Building had collapsed, by the way. Yeah, it's just obviously it did not survive the corpse pile coming out of it.
So what? We report that we destroyed the building and it's gone.
Yeah.
So apparently the world is ending at some point soon.
Dude, I hear that from 2000 every week.
You know, that's fair.
Yeah. Sorry, going to Hopper.
Oh no, that was it. I guess that's success.
Yeah. So they leave. Do you make any recommendations to the handler for dealing with Steven?
Use his own discretion. Like,
all right,
it's bad if people touch the cosmic entity that's in the sea.
Well, I mean, who the fuck knows where it went into the river? You lost sight of it in the storm. Like,
I mean, we had enough references to the sea and me mentally getting connected to something dark and deep.
I kind of feel like because the building collapsed and whatever was in there has washed out into the river, there's
He's
nothing
not gonna
really
find
left here for him to find. Yeah.
Well, it's no longer a vector, right?
Yeah,
the vector is vected.
Everyone's dead.
Yep.
The old people are dead.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can turn him down from getting access to the Necronomicon.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's probably okay to just leave him.
Yeah. All the surviving agents, all of you give me a luck check. You want to roll higher than a 51 or higher.
So that's when I roll low.
I did it. 79.
Okay.
I did it.
All right. So Trushi, you failed.
Yep, and
Okay.
I don't think Hooper rolled it.
Oh, 87. I made it.
Only
I'm the
Trushi
only
failed.
one.
Okay, so Trushi, Agent Marker, several months later, someone give me an alertness check, and you need to you need
It doesn't
to succeed.
matter. I rolled 97.
All right. You feel something hit the back of your leg. Give me a con times 1 roll. Like something bumped your back ankle.
Nope. Failed it.
All right. You take a few steps and just collapse. You die. The poison goes and stops your heart within a few seconds. Someone jabbed you with a poison cane.
No.
And as somehow a Delta Green agent's knowledge entered into the minds of the opposition. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. So some people are going to make a strike at Delta Green. And yeah. So yeah.
Well, good thing it was the first mission I was actually working with Gregory on.
Yeah. Well, they don't find the other three of you. But yeah, Agent Marker dies under mysterious circumstances, killed by Deep One cultists. Yeah.
I mean, heart attack is pretty normal.
Yeah.
too many energy drinks on the job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
On the other hand, Delta Green does gain some insight.
Yeah, they find a strange mark, signs of poison, neurotoxin, and a mark onto the back of his leg. So yeah. So yeah, that's the Riley Commission. Thank you, Caleb, for giving me the idea of the thing you find at the end.
The corpse monster.
Yeah, the psychic roach motel, as Caleb called it.
I was gonna say that sounded like some red market shit.
Yeah. Basically I had like the plot of like the backstory is that obviously this is Innsmouth gold that this artist bought from an FBI agent who was on the raid and kept it, and she bought it at a very low price and smelted it down into gold rings, and they obviously, because they were all artists, they were all connected to Cthulhu thanks to the Innsmouth gold, and they all started going crazy. They built a little temple to Cthulhu, but then broke down before they could become full active cultists and start a cult. But like, so it's like, what's at this thing? I don't want there to be like deep ones or cultists. That's too easy. So Caleb was like, oh, what if it's just like people homeless? It's just an abandoned building. Well, people would, hikers would go in to sleep and they just never wake up. And so I was like, ooh, great. I love that. So there's no role to resist it. You go in, you're done. That's it. There's no, it just happens.
Yeah.
And if you got in there, Masood, it would have been great. Like, all right, game's over.
I really wanted to say, since I don't believe in predestination, I will not be entering the building, but that would be a little bit,
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had the same information, as everyone else. So yeah. So yeah, that was it. It was just, the corpse spy was just waiting for Delta Green agents to show up because the deep ones play a long game. And they figured, once we get the mind of a Delta Green agent, we can use that to strike back at those assholes because they're still mad about Innsmouth for some reason.
Well, Delta Green did like hunt them for sport for like decades afterwards.
Yeah, that's true. They are actually, that is in the new Handler's book too. Is that the Agent Adam has a deep one, hunting task force, people with Innsmouth genes. So
the head of Delta Green really fucking hates deep ones.
He really does. So yeah, when you report back about what you found, there's going to be a lot like, oh, okay, So, but yeah, I just like that idea. Like you just go crazy because you wear the wrong piece of gold jewelry. Like you get skin cancer because you wore the wrong gold piece of jewelry. Yeah. So, that's any questions about the Riley Commission?
No, fucking
fantastic.
No,
that's a great. That was a great.
Yeah.
I mean, the final monster is fucking great.
Yep. It's all fine and normal. Yeah.
I mean, the problem is also, resolvable because you can, damage your sanity and leave once it becomes clear that what's happening. And if everyone goes in, you can have it like when that occurs, you're at the coast.
Yeah.
You've been in the dream world and you were almost dragged into the deeps.
Yeah, I probably, if all of you went in there, I would have done something more. I would have elaborated more on the niche and like had like an option of somebody sacrificing their psyche to damage the hive mind enough to give someone else a brief window of escape, or everyone else. But like, there's no way, once you go in there, there's no way to get away clean for everyone because they're like, all right, it's time to go. Now that they found us, we need to get out of here before they come back with explosives. Or drive a truck through the building or something like that. So
Masuda, you really should have cast the Reaper Strike on us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
should've.
yeah. Those firefighters. Why don't they call them the Reaper drone strikes? Yeah.
I
But
was
yeah.
playing Masuda as pretty cynical and vaguely homicidal because he was already cracked, but
Yeah.
it wasn't that bad. But
No, except
Next
for
time
Dr.
he will be.
Yeah, royalty didn't get away scot clean this time. Yeah.
No,
so-
no. He has hit at least a breaking point.
Yeah,
I
no
got
shit.
We'll
So-
be
Yeah,
weaker
one
for the
point
next
point
time.
from breaking
Yeah.
point, but it doesn't matter now.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, those Cthulhu cultists, they don't like you for some weird reason. And if you'd killed Gregory ahead of time, or if Gregory, if you've chosen to destroy your own mind, you could have preserved, denied to the enemy, but like you were.
He was relatively new. It didn't feel right for him to blow himself up.
Yeah, exactly. That's somebody else's problem.
Yeah.
So, yeah, literally someone else's problem at that point. So, all right, cool. Well, thank you all so much for playing. Thank you all so much for supporting the RPPR Patreon. I had a lot of fun running this. I might run this again for RPPR because I had a lot of fun doing this. It's a good idea. So, I don't know. But yeah. So
hopefully they do better on breaking in if they break in.
Yeah.
The Dicebot wanted blood.
Dicebot wanted blood.
Boy, he really did, didn't he?
We have given it to him.
And so in 2 weeks, next Saturday, not this Saturday, but the Saturday after that, June 28th, I'm running red markets, trout fitting jobs. So yeah, 3 more jobs. We'll see what shows up if people sign up for it. So, but anyways, that's all I got for today. So thank you all for playing. Thank you all for those who are watching or listening later on. Be sure to check out patreon.com/RPPR to find out how you can play in games like this on the internet and have your agent meet a horrible fate. With a really cool monster.
And eventually.
Yeah. So go hot instantly. Yeah. Go hot. Should have just capped everybody at that guy's house to get the diary quicker. Just no witnesses. So, anyways, I need to go on. I'm hungry. So, I'll talk to y'all later. All right. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Ross.
Bye.